Hello, little ones. Would you like to hear a story? I've got one for you. From Rolling with Remix. Long ago, the land of Irion was a land of plenty, and many wanted to lay claim to its riches. When those who lived in Irion could no longer agree on who held what, civil war broke out across the entire realm, until the kobolds, in desperation to keep their kingdom afloat, summoned the dark and terrible Dragotha. The great dragon cared not for the alliances constantly made and broken across Irion, and razed many of its great cities to the ground, until a last desperate alliance finally slew the titanic worm. With no one in any shape to continue the fight, an armistice was reached, and the Great War ended. But tensions were still on the rise. 30 years later, a ragtag group of adventurers, who met at a harvest festival and joined forces to look for the missing mentor of one of their band, were hired by a mysterious old man to travel to the great city-states of Irion and perform acts of heroism that those in power would not approve of. But those same acts served to heighten tensions across the land, and the old man, secretly a scheming mind flayer, revealed that once more Irion had fallen into a great civil war. Now, with militaries and dark powers on the rise, our heroes gather their forces in hopes of saving what they can before Irion once more falls into ruin. Momo, the Aarakocra cleric.
You're my friend. You're my family. And I'll protect you at all costs.
Corellia, the kobold paladin.
I will not make the same mistakes again.
Malifan, the half-elf rogue.
I won't stand idle. Not while people's lives are at stake.
Oh, this should be fun.
Quintessa, the human fighter.
You shouldn't be surprised. Everyone is out for themselves in the end.
And Scam Likely, the goblin artificer.
There are three constants: death, taxes, and my ability to dodge both.
Unprepared though they might be, our heroes find themselves at the front lines of a great battle to save the fallen empires. Last time on Rolling with Remix, Fallen Empires. Our heroes started to go around sharing the plan with everyone at Battenrand's Hall, finding it, as soon as they stepped out of the alchemist lab, unseasonably warm outside, given that it was the middle of winter. As the heroes were in conversation with Maggie, who informed the party that scouting troops from basically every city-state had gathered, making a perimeter around Battenrand's Hall to see what exactly was happening there, informing her that she would be in command while they ran to your room. The heat suddenly got much, much worse. It was then that they saw a bright, flaming star in the sky, a terrible, shuddering roar, and hellfire rained down upon them. Hellfire that could only come from a vicious red dragon, and not just any dragon. The dragon. Dragotha had been revived, and was attacking Battenrand's Hall. The party scattered around Battenrand's Hall, rescuing what refugees they still could that were not already taken by flames and collapsing buildings, and escorting them down into the cellar. Unfortunately, the roof was just about to collapse in on them when Prince Zordan stepped in, holding the roof aloft so the rest of the civilians could get to safety. However, he was uninterested in helping the party further, which left them alone to march out onto the battlefield, among the burned and melted remnants of armies, to face down the great dragon, Dragotha, alone. Or so it seemed. Just when the party seemed to be hopelessly overmatched against the dragon, rifle shots rang out, as Zutzag Bronzai from the Kobold Scouting Squadron entered the fray to help them, followed shortly thereafter by the cannon fire of Okidi ships. With the healing powers of Kailani of the Marrow to keep them fighting, and the tactical advantages of the Shisin Fei entering the battle, Dragotha himself was burning under the power of his own flame, and the battle, it seemed, was beginning in earnest. Will they be able to triumph against the great dragon of Irion? Will this alliance last beyond the battle? And will our heroes be able to deal with a foe even more dangerous than a dragon? The consequences of their actions. Find out on tonight's episode of Rolling with Remix, Fallen Empires. Hello and welcome to Rolling with Remix Fallen Empires. On tonight's episode, Dragon? Or getting really drunk after killing Dragon? Perhaps both. Tonight, we shall discover what that is. I am your host, Alex, and with me as always is my lovely cast and crew of players. We have Atwis.
We're doing it. We're making it happen. We're getting drunk. And then we can have negotiations. Peace is too optimistic.
Mm-hmm. We have Scott.
I have a 1-drink limit, and I'm going to use it the moment we actually start making negotiations. Thank you.
We have Jojo.
Start in Canada, end in Mexico.
We have Queen. And we have Xander.
I love that I could hear Atwis emphatically pounding their desk as they spoke. Like,
I'm sorry.
it very much got the point home of the exact vibe you were going for.
Yes. Now, without further ado, there's a dragon. Everyone is temporarily teaming up to get his ass. And let's get right back into it, because it is Rax's turn.
Yeah? Okay. Gotta remember what the hell's going on. I just can't remember if I'm here or not.
You are now.
You've got...
Well, doesn't matter either way. Okay, in which case, I will do a thing, which will probably be just magic missile again, because I can't do anything else. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna do. He bumps back. He just sees this whole mass array of people, just sighs. Don't ask questions. Don't ask questions. And then he thinks to himself, what if I cast magic missile, but at level 2? Huh?
Ooh,
Dangerous.
Daring today, aren't we?
I was just going to say that joke.
Alright, so 4 this time. Could be better. That's alright.
Alright, so that is a total of 14 damage to Dragatha as you just keep plink, 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 plink away at the Great Dragon.
And I disappear.
Alright. So Dragatha is surrounded by a whole bunch of people, not really liking this position too well. So he's gonna flap his wings and get out of here.
Bye, Felicia.
Tight. Can I still make an attack of opportunity?
You can, but first we need to resolve whether or not you get knocked on your ass.
Yes,
We need to resolve whether or not Scam likely drops concentration on this
Isn't
fucking
he underwater?
spell. I think I'm still within 15 feet of him.
You are within 15 feet of Dragatha, yes.
Unfortunate.
Deeply unfortunate.
I'm double checking something right now.
Okay. Deck save?
Deck save.
I don't remember if my reactions are back yet. I can't remember if I used them in recent... Like, I can't remember. Because if I fail this, I might use my reaction. Let's see. Wow, it's a 6.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't even use my reaction to do that anyway. Oh, it's only 11. Oh, I just need to roll a fucking 10 or higher on my concentration. Oh, that's like 0 problem, baby. Yeah, we're fine.
Yeah, we're
26 on my con.
Alright.
Tight.
So, I believe Sentinel will stop him from moving if you manage to hit him, but you are prone, so I think that's disadvantage.
So normal.
So normal.
Normal attack. Yes.
Because I have so many things up on him right now. Okay, so...
He is procced.
Oh my god, you did it! Holy shit!
Wait, are you telling me that Corellian is just gonna fucking grab Dragatha's leg and yank him back down?
Stab scimitar into ankle? I think not.
Yeah, fuck me off, Dragatha.
You just so longy Bowsered him.
Don't mess with Corellian
In Big
Valis.
End. Cool.
All right. Cool. It's now the Okidi's turn. They're gonna keep shooting cannons because that's their weapon at this distance, and they have nothing else to do. It's a miss.
Nope.
And it is back to Malaphane's turn. Malaphane, you're underwater, dragged out of a huge fire area by Kailani, who has just healed you back up.
Yeah, did I still have the on fire effect or no?
You are out of the fire area, so you're not on fire. Oh, though you did. Speaking of which, Corellian, you did hit Dragatha with a melee attack, so you are gonna take half this damage. Yeah, 4 fire damage.
Cool.
Because Searing Soul is up, and fire will just like burst back into your face.
That's fine.
Alright, trying to decide if it's worth taking a stealth action, but probably not. So there are probably like infinitely better options. So yeah, I'm just gonna do multi-attack again.
Cool.
So do those shots. 22.
22 hits.
Alright, and that deals some attack damage. So alright.
Alright. 21 total damage as you pop up back from the water, severely charred, but nevertheless back in the fight, and shoot another arrow into Dragatha.
Excellent. Trying to decide. How is Kyle? Okay, well, let me rephrase what I was about to ask. What does Kailani look like? He's up to at the moment. Like, does he look like he's ready to just fight, or is he more just a healer at the moment?
Make an insight check.
Alrighty.
Kailani looks like he would rather be just about anywhere else right now. And he looks like he is a fucking terrible fighter. But he is fantastic at healing, and he does not want to be killed by a dragon today. So that's what he's doing, making sure people who can fight stay in the fight.
You know what? That's fair. Oh gosh, I don't have any battle maneuvers to get him out of the way. So
He can swim.
no, I'm not. Okay, fair enough.
He's in the water, and he is a marrow. He can swim.
Just in case, because of mythic actions, I'm not gonna hide because I'd rather Dragatha hit me than him. So I'm just gonna move a little here and yeah.
All right.
Yes.
So, in that case, Dragatha's gonna use his last legendary action to get real sick and tired of Corellian's shit and whack him with a tail.
Cool. Cool.
Alright. I don't think standing prone next to someone triggers an attack of opportunity. So, I don't want to move Dragatha.
No, it shouldn't.
Yeah.
It does not.
So, Zutzag gets up, cleans off his gun after getting dust in it, and because he's got the ability that doesn't give him disadvantage at close range, he's gonna try and shoot Dragatha twice again.
Fuck yeah.
Cap him.
Got
Get him, Zutzag.
He's got pack tactics up. Let's fuck him up.
Nice.
Fuck it up.
Get his ass.
Yeah.
Get his ass.
Do it! Ooh, nice.
Yes.
More rifle blasts like ring through the air as Zutzag just keeps on firing, and just mutters, "You know, I saw this going a lot worse, all things considered, if we're being really honest here." And scam.
How much movement would it take to get to this square right here?
Athletics
Just like climb back up onto the ledge.
check, and it'll just be 5 feet of movement, otherwise it'll be 10.
Okay, yeah, I'll try the athletics. Sorry, 1 second. There it is. Athletics.
Yeah, you're fine.
All right.
You can just, like,
Okay,
clamber
cool.
back up onto this ledge after ducking into the crack.
And how far can I can jump? If
It's something plus your strength modifier, I think.
well, that's only at like a straight 10 feet. I'm just like at like a base. Oh, that's a long jump. You're right. I don't know how much a vertical,
Yeah.
sorry, a horizontal jump is. I should
vertical.
mean. I meant to say horizontal, like just a standing horizontal
I'm
leap.
looking.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
You cover a number of feet. Strength. If you run up, then it's strength plus a number of feet up to your strength score. When you make a standing, it's only half that distance.
Oh, it's like okay, so I could just Could I argue that since there's a lip right here, I can count that as getting an extra square in there, so I can do a long jump?
Sure. You can like
Okay.
clamber up, vault up onto this, and hoist yourself over.
So I've used 10 feet of movement thus far. I'm looking to jump, because I can jump up to 12, so I'm going to jump 10.
You'll be entering the fire zone and take like 1d10 fire damage, but it's 1d10 fire damage.
Oh, that's the fire damage, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot that was the fire mark. Then there's a whole fire there. If that's the case, I'm not going to jump. I'm just going to go up 5. Bonus action as a goblin, nimble escape to disengage.
I'm sorry, I did that. I need to take the damage. I'm sorry.
Did
Okay.
you enter the area of fire?
I'm within 5 feet, aren't I?
No. You need to enter it, or start your turn in it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So bonus action, nimble escape, disengage. Then I'm going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Action to dash. Because I'm holding concentration on Corellian, and I'm supposed 5, 10. Is this another 5 feet, or is this 10 feet to get over here?
That would be 10.
I just realized I actually can't move that far so far because I had to stand up at the start of my turn, so let me recalculate this math. So it would be 5, 10, 15, and then I could dash to get 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
There you go.
I think approximately there-ish.
Yeah.
So that is my turn. I that is what I'm gonna do. I'm just getting away from the possibility of getting fucked with at the moment.
Cool.
So that is all I'm doing.
All right.
Okay,
Momo.
so Momo is going to fly about right there. Yeah, that'll work. About right here. No, right here. Yeah.
Mike the boy.
And then he's going to cast Warding Flare.
Warding Flare is a reaction.
Oh, okay, then never mind. Then on that case, I will cast Mass Healing Word at level 5.
Ooh, baby.
Level 5?
Yeah.
15 total healing to everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice.
Oh, that wouldn't affect me, would it?
If you're in the blink dimension, then you're out. Yeah, and you would not be healed.
That's fine.
You know what? I needed 2, but thanks for the extra change.
Go buy yourself something nice.
Fuck. Do I look like someone who spends money?
Yes.
Yes.
You look like someone who spends it well.
I'm gonna kill this Oh yeah, Scam just yells at Dragotha, I took your fucking horde, bitch! Like... Oh, wait.
I thought you were trying to not get yourself targeted, but okay.
Yeah,
I guess.
no, I realized, hey, I couldn't resist! He's there.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And I don't really
Do
have
you have any more
anything
movement?
No, not really. I mean, I have a little bit more. Like, I did 45, so...
I mean, 5 more feet away could be
Yeah,
the difference between...
so-
Not to mention, you just used a bonus action for Mass Healing Word, so you still have an action. So you could dodge, you could dash, you could do a cantrip that uses an action. You could
then
dash.
I'll dash. That's what I was gonna do. I'll dash about... how far can I dash again? Like
50 feet.
50 feet? Okay, then in that case, I'll go about right there, behind this pillar.
Yeah, smart.
Shelter
You would have
myself
made a
for
very
safety.
tantalizing breath weapon target.
Yeah! Evasive maneuver!
Ah, of course. Interesting maneuver.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
Corellian, you start your turn in fire, so Half this damage. Nothing! Fucking nothing!
Krillin heaves themselves up to their feet, fucking grins. I forgot last turn that I had Hunter's Mark still up on Dragatha, so we'll deal with that. I'm just gonna turn into a blender real fast. So give me a second to do that.
Shred his knees!
Dragons. For thousands upon thousands of years, we've hated their kind. But the question is, will they blend?
Kobolds are the
So-
one that summoned Dragatha to do shit during the war, right?
Yes.
It's so fitting for one of them to take him down. Like,
They started with they'll end the fight!
The one that
Oh,
hit
bummer.
matters.
Nat 20 hits. None of the others do.
You know what? That's the one that
That's
matters, though.
fine,
That's the
I
one that
say. Okay, me, cracks knuckles. Let's see, 2, 3. If I burn a 3rd level spell slot, I get a 48, I believe. So I'm
Do it.
definitely gonna do that.
fuck him up.
Fuck him up.
So that has the
Like-
embiggen. I'm gonna roll the 48. And I also have Hunter's Mark up, which means I get an extra 1d6.
35.
I'm keeping
40
track of numbers.
damage to Dragatha.
Wow.
Fucking disgusting. Okay.
Scam be like,
And-
fuck him up, babe! Isn't it 50?
Hmm.
20, 29, 16. Yeah, 50, I think, actually. Yeah, sorry, my bad. I forgot to carry the 1.
29. Yeah. 35.
Is the
Wait,
math
no.
queen.
Oh wait, and Dragatha's undead, right?
Dragatha's undead. Add another D8.
I get an extra on d8.
Oh my god.
God damn.
That's fine. Hey, it's still one more.
51.
It's still one more.
51.
Yeah,
51.
after all the blending, you just remember he's undead. Turn around. Give him a single middle finger.
It's the emotional damage.
So, my improved Divine Smite means I think I add another 1d8 to my Divine
my
Smite.
Okay.
The wording, if I understand correctly.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah,
gonna do
that's
that too.
Do it.
There we go.
Yeah!
59.
There we are, 59. I'm feeling good about 59.
Oh my god.
Okay, 59 damage from
yeah.
one attack.
Krellin was built for one thing and one thing only.
Krellin is built to kill.
Built
Yep.
to destroy.
You're right. Dragatha snarls. All this little insects aren't you? I'm going to roll to see if he recharges his breath. Da-da-da-da-da. He does not.
Yay.
Dragatha is going to take the dodge action and fly 70 feet into the air, assuming Corellian does not hit him.
Yeah.
Baffling.
I also had a question. So because it was a crit that crits on the smites too, so it would double that, right?
I think
All damage is doubled, I
all
believe.
damage is doubled, yeah.
So, another 48. I'm so sorry. It's enough of a chunk that I'm like, I need to say
Yeah.
something. I'm so
You
sorry.
literally just
Wait.
took off a chunk of his
You
leg.
wait, it would be another
Another 48 and another d6 from Hunter's Mark.
and then another 2d8 from the other two features, right?
Oh,
I believe so, yeah.
It was enough for me to stop. Sorry.
Yeah. So,
So
68 and
So
an
much
extra
math.
d6.
48, 2d8, d6.
25 extra damage. No big deal.
So 59 and
Aurelian's gonna kill
55.
this dragon himself.
I really hope so.
Right, gonna try that attack of
Now let's,
opportunity.
yeah, Sentinel, baby.
Sentinel, baby.
Because Sentinel is stupid, so and that'll be on normal since I do have fucking Abjure Enemy up, so
Yeah.
Ah.
that's
Nope.
fine.
He is airborne.
fudge.
70 feet into the air.
Damn.
And he's gonna pull back diagonally this way.
No!
Oh, okay.
Zugzag also gets an attack of opportunity. He's not gonna do great with it, probably.
Come on, Zugzag. Even your worst can't be that bad.
Oh, well.
Oh.
My worst is that bad, actually.
No, you tried, and that's all we can ask.
And you try your best,
Yeah.
but you don't succeed.
Alright, and then as a bonus action, Jagatha's gonna set more of the ground on fire.
Woo!
Okay.
Alright, so 5 continuous squares. He's gonna set the area, let's see, within 40 feet. His options are limited. He's just gonna set Malphane and Kailani on fire. The water is on fire. How is it on fire? Good question.
Fish for
Napalm.
dinner!
Oh. Advanced fire.
Advanced fire.
Fire.
Extra hot.
This isn't just fire. This
Oh
is
wait, it
advanced.
is moves within 5 feet of one. Sorry, Scott, I misremembered.
This is not just
Yeah, no worries.
fire.
I
this
figured.
is
Here,
M&S fire.
I'll do it. It's 1d10, right?
Yeah, just 1d10.
Oh well.
Tactical fire.
Yeah, you're
A whole
fine.
1 damage. A whole 1 damage. He just like lifts his foot. It's just like, ow.
How? And you
Ow,
just wonder, wait,
fucking
how is the
shoot!
water on fire? Rather curiously.
How did you? Yeah, okay, whatever.
Okay, whatever. Alright. Kailani. Doesn't have any 6th level spell slots left because he used heal. What he is going to do instead is take some fire damage first and foremost.
Oh,
Oh, it's not so
He-
bad.
He's fine. Kailani's got a decent amount of health for a cleric. Then swim up to Malphane again. You might want to think about getting out of the water and tap him with freedom of movement.
Good.
Oh. Ooh.
You can literally just fucking backstroke through this so
Oh.
easily. Just
Yeah,
Holy
congratulations.
shit.
The water is no longer an obstacle to you.
I'm loving this.
he can clip through it.
Yeah, good call. Holy shit.
T
And
poses
then-
through the water.
Yeah, Kailani will back up over there. Solana. As a reminder, the Shizen phase abilities, Solana does not activate those. You choose when to. One elf per character round.
Gotcha.
Alright.
Solana doesn't want to use any area of effect spells while there's fires breaking out for fear of, more fires breaking out. So instead, she is going to double check the range on this and cast a magic missile.
Yeah!
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I think we
baby.
should when we get the opportunity to, I think we should proc Umaraic's healing ability.
Mhm.
Just for the people out there who are,
Yeah.
hurt.
Yeah, it's in the in call, by the way, if anyone
Yep.
forgot.
Fantastic.
Now I'm looking at it right now, yep.
Cool. When I say one per round, it's just like Malphane can call on one, and then if Kailani was a player character, he could call on one, stuff like that. So you can't just stack all 6 is the idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
So how much damage is that to?
Umaraic is healing 3d8 plus 4 to everyone.
Fucking
Lovely.
sick.
Yeah. I'm good, I don't need it, but man, the people who need it, they need it.
Alright.
Oh.
And Solana is going to back up in hopes of not
Listen.
getting in the path of Dragonfire.
It was either gonna have to be someone else or me who dove in headfirst to heal Corellian so we can keep being a blender.
Alright. Rax!
That is me. Okay, so where Dragotha is now, would I have to move closer to use Magic Missile? Or could I still reach him?
Vertical distance
Range of-
I count as still being within 5 feet. You should just point up. 5 feet diagonally is the same distance as 5 feet straight horizontally.
Then that is thing I will do at level 2. I can rhyme.
There we go.
Oh, nice!
16 total damage to Jagatha.
Hey!
Alright. Do you want me to call on any of these, or do you guys want to save them?
Let me look through the effects again.
Alright.
Yeah. I did not hear anyone confirm any of the She's and They, so I have not activated any of them yet.
Okay,
oh,
thank you.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, want me to pass for now?
So, on the one hand, Corellian and Malifane are both in the fire, but on the other hand, it only does 1d10 damage, so... and I think we have there are better opportunities to use repositioning skills, so...
Right.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of, but if you want to save it, that's cool.
Also, Omarin
mean-
is the one exception. Omarin is a reaction to invoke him.
Mm-hmm.
Right, cool. Okay, fine. I will not disappear.
Cool.
Neat.
Alright. Jagatha is going to use some mythic actions.
Please don't.
I will, actually. I did not take your input into consideration.
Understandable, have a nice day.
Alright. And... Scam is now in his zone of
Ow.
fire.
Ow.
Oh,
Heck.
Alright.
A
So,
hypothetical scenario where we spent this entire time dicking around and just walked around the entire map, we could just basically make this entire map on fire.
you could, yes.
The whole map's on fire.
The whole map is on fire.
you know what this map needs? Needs more fire.
More fire.
Yeah?
Yeah. Let's. I got a little pile over there, about 2 cubic tons of fire.
Yeah. In the distance, you hear some Okidi yelling. Malifane, you're the only one who knows even a little bit of Okidi, so it just sounds like they said, "Shit!" And there's this loud splash as one of their cannons falls into the water.
Oh no!
Oh no.
They've got more. They've got more. It is now back to Malifane's turn.
So, question. Based on the description of Scorched Earth, if I walk out of the range of fire, but there's that other one kind of right there, does that still count as walking within 5 feet of it?
I will only have Scorched Earth trigger once, because otherwise it's kind of ridiculous. That said, you are in a zone of fire, so...
Yeah, that's fair. Alright.
Hmm.
Wow, another whole 1 damage. This is just walking on hot
Nice.
coals.
Yeah.
But-
You are mildly uncomfortable, Malifane.
Ow. Ow.
I'm walking on hot coals. Whoa.
Oh.
It doesn't feel good!
Hey.
Alright, so he's flown into the air, so the booming blade idea doesn't work anymore. Yeah, I think the best course of action at this point is just to run out, just attack him with the bow again, and then just try and run to a different part, dash to a different part of the map, because since, actually, if his fire breath recharges, and being underwater doesn't disimpose, you know what I mean. It doesn't cause disadvantage, then that actually could be a good use of good tactical advantage of ours. So, yeah, I'm gonna get out of range, and I'm going to fire off some more arrows at Jagatha, who's flying off. So there we go with that.
Both of them hit.
Nice.
All right. No sneak attack. So there's 1. There's 2. And then with that, Malifane is going to run back into the water, but so like a not a fire-coated area, and just try and dive back down yet again.
Okay. That's nice. That being said, Jagatha is one of the only creatures whose perception score is greater than Malifane's stealth, so... Oh, baby!
Oh, lucky.
We
Nice.
went through this last session.
I took a risk.
He's gonna use his last legendary action to try that again. Nope!
Nope.
You're good!
I love this. Welcome to Rogue.
Alright. Zutzag is not worried at all by Dragatha flying in the air. He just smirks, loads up the rifle, just like skeet shooting. Oh god, that's probably even more sacrilegious than I've been doing before.
God. Ooh.
Nice nat
Oh,
20,
it's just
Zutzag.
cackling. God.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So, yeah, nat 20 as he just shoots Dragatha right in the eye.
Nice.
So, that is
-7.
that much health left on Dragatha. Scam.
Oh god. We're nearing
Okay.
we're nearing his double digits. I've been doing the math.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, first of all, I take damage.
Yes. Wow! Wow! Fucking wow! Fucking wow!
What is going on here?
Man, let's see if I can beat a 10. The answer is I just make it. Oh, I literally need to roll a natural 1 in order to fail at my concentration. So my boy is still procced. Just take a casual stroll over here. Nope, that's fire. I'm gonna take a casual stroll down here to start. And let's see. How's Dragatha looking?
Real bad.
Real bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I think honestly, I mean, this boy is immune to fire damage, which is unfortunate because I have so many fire-based spells that hit the absolute hardest.
Same.
All of my 2-hit spells that I get a plus 12 bonus from are all fire-based. So all my other non-fire spells are only at a plus 8. So I have a hell of a hard time hitting this guy.
Solana and Rax join you in the sad fire damage corner.
Yeah. Could somebody remind me, and this is maybe a Scott question, because you've been keeping track of things in our little Discord. Do we know how he's been doing at, like, con saves?
We have not checked any. He has not made any con saves.
Heck.
Oh, okay.
While we're asking questions, sorry, just to clarify, this might have been said, but are the She's and Thay abilities one use only, or like every round?
One use only.
Okay,
Gotcha.
thank you.
Good to know.
One use only each.
Okay, looking at my abilities, I'm a little bit between a rock and a hard place, but okay, you know what? Why not? Dragatha's looking real bad, and we'll see how this goes. Let's see, which of my things hits the absolute hardest right now? That is not fire based. Okay. Sure, you know what? I will. Sure, I'll go ahead and use my one fourth level spell slot to Oh shit, hold on. He's 70 feet up.
Yep.
Oh no, I can't do that. Is there any like 10-foot thing nearby I could scramble on top of to get a little extra distance?
Conveniently, there's a flagpole like right there.
I'm gonna fucking climb it! Just goblins scurry up it. I have enough movement. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Just fucking scramble up that shit. I'll take a different movement if I had to. I went from here, 5, 10, 15, 30. There, bam. Climb up that thing. And I will point up. With a 4th level spell slot, I will cast Shatter on centered on Dragatha. So hold on. Dragatha needs to make a.
Sorry, I didn't mean to hit that. I meant to do something
go.
else so I could
Alright.
look at my shit.
So that's a con save from Dragatha. This is mostly to figure out what Dragatha's con save is for our thing. And at least he'll still take a little bit of damage if he
Okay.
fails. Okay, so did he have disadvantage?
He had an advantage. Dragatha has magic
Oh.
resistance
I was
because
gonna
Break
say
the Lich.
yeah, good. Okay, I was gonna say it's like holy shit. So then he takes only 13 points of thunder damage.
Holy shit, that's a big con.
Yeah! Yeah, Dragatha's con save is fucking insane.
Good. Now we know.
Mhm.
Now we know. I wanted to test the waters with that.
Thank you.
And then you said I'm on top of a flagpole, right, Alex?
Yes.
I'd like to use my bonus action to nimble escape to bonus action hide by grabbing the flag and draping it over me.
Yeah, so Scamuel Thelonious Likely scampers up this flagpole, leaps into the air to throw this booming explosion of noise at Jagatha, sees that he's doing alright against it, and then just curls up in a flagpole as it just flaps against the wind, banging him against the flagpole.
That's a 10. It's a 10.
Also, how much damage to?
That is
13.
13 points of damage to him.
13, thank you.
Yeah, no, no fuck, he knows I'm here. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna chill out underneath this flag. Oh man, hey, this flag survived. Let's hope it's fire retardant.
I just need to write down something real quick.
Oh god.
Cool. Alright. Momo.
Okay. I am going.
Heal the blender. Heal the blender.
Heal the blender.
Yeah,
Yeah, if I did my math
I mean,
right, he's now in the double digits.
fantastic. Should I cast Enhance ability or just heal him?
No, heal him. Give him some
Alright.
hit points.
Okay. In that case, I will. Should I stay where I am?
Depends on what
yeah,
the spell is.
Healing word. I was gonna do Cure Wounds so that it would be more effective, but I'd rather not risk my
Yeah, remember
Good
what's
call.
the range? What's the range on healing word?
range on Healing Word.
I think it's 30.
It's 60.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, you're usually in range.
Oh, good.
Alright.
Excellent.
In that case, I will use. Besides Mass Cure Wounds, I don't really have anything useful as my level 5, so I'll cast it at level 5. Thank you.
Hey man, every little bit helps.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's 13 total healing to Corellian as they get up and stare up at the giant fuck-off dragon flying in the sky.
Yeah. I'm getting better at playing the
Okay.
cleric.
You're doing a great job.
You're doing great,
Thank
yeah.
you.
You're doing amazing.
All right,
you.
I'm gonna tell you what I want to do. So haste means I have double my movement points. What I want to do is I want to move, get up on this wall, move over here, jump, and then Misty step so I can get on Dragatha's back.
Oh.
Make an athletics check.
Oh, this will be so hard for Corellian to survive this one. An athletics check on Corellian, the world's over.
Mm. Cool. So athletics check.
Oh.
Wait. I have advantage on strength checks, and athletics is a strength
Because you
check.
are enhanced, that's
Because
right!
I'm
you're enhanced!
embiggened.
You are embiggened!
Oh my god!
Oh, fuck me sideways.
Fucking snake eyes!
Bam!
Oh,
You bust ass and just land right here
oh,
instead.
fuck me.
Okay, so we've had one double nat 20 and one double nat 1. But,
It'd be like that.
We'd be like
Like
that.
that.
yeah, the fates are now at balance.
That's fine. That means I haven't used my bonus action yet. I've still got some fucking javelins, so, why not? Let's go
It's
off.
stabby.
Yep. So I have 3 of those, and I still have advantage because I am. I used Abjure Enemy, so. Worth a shot.
24 hits.
Excellent.
I am going to reaction Flash of Genius on the 19 to make that also hit.
Okay.
Nice. All right. So unfortunately,
Cam just yells, aim for his dick!
He's a Dracula, he
No.
doesn't have one!
Make
No.
him have a new dick!
Bad dragon.
Boo!
support. I say, being based in Phoenix, Arizona, support your local businesses. Anyway. And let me roll my hunter's mark as well. Whenever I hit it with weapon attacks, that's 2 hits, so that's 2d6. Is that how that works? I believe.
Yes. And does
Neat.
Divine Smite only trigger on
Melee weapon attacks.
Oh,
yes.
okay, yeah. Okay. Oh, damn.
Well, at least improved Divine Smite does. Actual. Yep. Both of them are melee only. That's fine.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
fine.
Still 34 damage.
Alright. Do you want to invoke anything? Or are you good?
You know, I think now would be a good time to try and get Naenoran to shoot him out of the fucking air.
Yes.
Yeah!
Do it.
Alright. So, Corellian, as you leap into the air and toss some javelins and you fall back down, from the very, very far distance, an elven arrow with an explosive charge attached to it goes soaring over you. As I go look for Naenoran, there's his stat
Come
block.
on, Naenoran, please.
Oh my god, he did it!
Yeah!
Oh
Oh, it's a disgusting amount of. Woo!
Disgusting amount of
96
damage.
plus 48 plus 5!
96.
Fucking
Are we about to
dead.
bard the bowman this thing?
Oh my god! Oh!
Plus 5. So,
He saw his opening.
so this arrow strikes Dragatha for fucking 53 points of damage.
Oh, it's almost dead. It's almost dead.
Well, actually,
Oh.
Dragatha falls down towards the ground, lands in front of Corellian, snarls, looks up. First, the monologue, because, you know, that's part and parcel
Oh,
for the villain
absolutely.
confrontations.
Naturally.
Dragatha snarls and laughs. The best part is, you will take this as a victory. How long did it take for history to repeat? Only 30 years. Before Irion turned back to this, to violence, death, and fire. How long will it be until I return again? 20 years perhaps? 10? Who knows? Maybe they'll just start again tomorrow. And then And then second, Corellian. How do you want to do this?
Yes! Bro!
Fucking rad.
Caroline is going
So
to, you know, they stand up, they sort of do the thing, they sort of like crack their neck a little bit, twirl their war pick in one hand, and say, just fucking stay dead this time and spike him through the fucking skull. And
Yes!
for flair, he's going to use a level 3 smite on him, because why not at this point?
Yep.
Does
Alright.
it do that fucking anime like starburst thing upon impact?
You just drive your war pick into the great dragon's skull. As he screams in agony, the wound oozes black necrotic energy. Like fire bursts from his body, this wave of heat erupts from him. Because combat's over, I'm not gonna have it do any damage, but like it scorches basically everyone on the battlefield. And then, with a loud and thunderous boom, Dragatha's body fucking explodes.
Oh, yeah.
We fucking did it, guys! We
Oh.
did it! We did it!
Reddit.
Carly just drops to one knee, fucking keels over. They're
Mama
unconscious. They're unconscious. The fucking haste ran out. Fucking explosion. Fucking a whole lot of shit happened. They're just.
Alright.
Yeah, Momo's gonna immediately, like, zoom over to Corellian.
Yeah, I'll come over too.
Yeah. Just everyone comes over to look at what the hell just happened. Dragatha is dead and exploded. I was about to drag you Malapane, sorry. Everyone is covered in ash soot. A lot of them are covered in blood. There are, like, charred bodies of various armies scattered all around the battlefield. Everyone stops, catches their breath. Ravanala of the Shisanthe clears her throat. If I may make a proposition, I suggest a ceasefire. I suggest we all take a while to get something heavy to drink. And in a few hours, we congregate and we discuss what the hell just happened.
I'm all for
Sounds
that.
like a perfect plan.
Agreed.
Well, you see, our tavern burned down, so we'll have to dig around a little bit, but I'm sure we can accommodate that.
Did it completely burn down?
You have a wine cellar.
We do have a wine cellar.
We do have a
We have
wine cellar.
wines.
We'll host it in the foyer.
I have some moonshine I buried when I first moved in.
Yeah. Zach just raises a hand. Just gonna say it right now, we brought our own booze. I'm pretty sure anyone brought their own booze, so like...
Can we? Alright, let's block party this.
We're gonna make some sick fucking jungle juice, dude. Yeah, it all.
Scam just surveys the burning desolation of Baton Rouge Hall and just goes, I think if we clear out, what used to be the orphanage, we can probably have a nice block party.
We'll salvage what we have.
Yeah.
Alright. And so, you all kinda stumble back into Baton Rance Hall. It's still a little bit on fire, but most of it has been put out. A couple of things immediately catch your eye. First is, the Elven army has managed to slip around while Dragatha was distracted by all of you, and is doing literally everything they can to, mitigate the damage, help out the refugees. They're putting out fires, they're getting supplies to people, they are setting up multiple clinics and all of that. And along with this, you see, pushing a wheelbarrow stacked full of books with what looks like a body piled underneath them, is Quintessa.
Quintessa! Huh? Oh!
Wait, hang on. Before getting to that, what of the Plague Lords?
You do not see any Plague Lords.
Interesting. Okay. On that later.
Hey, Quintessa, welcome to the party. You're joining a little late.
Okay, slow down. Can we explain what's going on? Fire, everything?
I'll do all of that later.
Yeah, no, we'll explain everything. I'll give you the cliff notes. Dragatha attacked. Corellian here killed him. It was awesome.
You hear a groan from underneath the wheelbarrow. Honey, is that the guy who killed me?
Hey, you brought Esgal back! What's up, dude?
The usual. Horrible pain. Yeah. I don't think I'll be able to move for several days. Apparently everything's on fire, and there's a copy of Pride and Prejudice on my face.
Ah, I see. That's
I had to cover you up somehow.
No,
Quintessa, you actually brought him back.
Did it.
Yeah, Mr. Darcy is a bitch, by the way.
Yeah, just so we're clear, Esgal, the whole me killing you thing, not personal.
Oh, yeah, I know. Water off a duck's back.
Okay, great. Yeah, good. Great. So I'll let you cucks catch up, and I'm gonna hit the block party. So see you guys in 5.
Okay. Mama wants to say something, but he keeps carrying Corellian the other way. I thought you.
Krellin's he's semi-conscious. He's dragging his feet so you have a chance to actually carry them. But they're so fucking out of it right now, dude.
Yeah, he's kind of just holding him on his shoulder, helping him walk, holding his elbows and stuff.
Sorry, Esgal's back? Yes?
Yeah, yes, apparently Quintessa actually did it.
Ah, good, Miss Esgal. Good to have you back.
Oh yeah, I forgot that fucking Corellian. You feel like shit since my haste ends.
Yeah, Corellian is out of it, dude.
I think Scam remembers as and just quickly jogs back and oh shit, I'm sorry, dude. Offers to give Corellian an arm for support. I forgot that the drugs when they wear off, they take the hell out of you.
No, it's fine. I heard something about a blood party or booze at least.
Yeah, we're gonna go get fucking smashed with our war enemies. I think you and I, of all people, need to be there the most for that.
Fuck yes, I would love to pass out a... Corellian, holds up a claw, does, a little count, pauses, clenches the claw, does a little count again. I'd love to pass out for the nth time today.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
Fair. That's fair. We'll let the... Oh, okay. I think he's in shock. He's cackling. Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I can't see this version of Corellian, but I fucking love it already.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
gonna go make sure he feels better before the block party. I'll be.
Yes.
Yeah, you do that.
We'll let the three of you have a moment. We're gonna go over there. So
Yeah, there's a lot we
next
need to talk
next
about.
to the
boy.
we'll be, if you need this, we'll be next to the
We'll be off
counts
stage
the
left.
horizon. Starts counting the horizon and scams says, we'll be at like the third from the left pile of burning desolation. So, shout if you need us. All right.
Okay.
Rex just sees all of this, sees Malaphane's reaction, just goes, "Ah, that would be the wife."
Yes.
I'm sorry. The wife has a name. It's Quintessa.
Quintessa, this is Sir Raxidal. This is my wife, Quintessa.
Apologies, my lady. It's a pleasure. I've been told many good things about you. Oh, well, I'd hope so. Shakes hand. And then, he takes a look at Escal, sort of blinks, looks back at Malaphane. Ah, twins, right. Okay, well, I'll let you do your family thing, I suppose.
Yeah, I'll catch up with you.
Of course. Take your time, just awkwardly.
Yes. And you head off, leaving Malaphane, Escal, and Quintessa to have their long talk. In the distance, you swear you can hear, "Now don't move the copy of Wuthering Heights, that's covering my Johnson."
I hate that's a sentence that you just actually said.
God.
That is a sentence that came out of your mouth. Don't move the copy of Wuthering Heights. It's hiding my Johnson. Incredible.
I fucking love Esgal.
He still doesn't have any clothes on. He is covered by a pile of books.
I missed Esgal so much.
You don't look too much worse for wear, actually.
Oh, I feel so much worse for wear, actually. I wish I had the vocabulary to describe the amount of pain I'm in, because it is a lot, and that is the best I can do right now.
The moment he says that, Mal turns from Quintessa to Escal and is just like, and you, it's... God, it's like looking in a mirror again. I swear. This is surreal.
It's something. It's very weird looking at two of you here, speaking to each other. That's very, very weird.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm at a bit of a loss for words, actually. Although
we need to discuss living arrangements, don't we now?
Oh, right, no.
Oh, I didn't think this far ahead. Oh.
About that.
I claim top bunk.
I don't even know if that's. He looks at the housing. It's just like, does it look like anything has survived?
Like the second floor is basically collapsed at this point. The barracks are still intact, and they have beds for just about everyone. But it's really packed, because now all the serving staff, all the guards, and all of you are going to have to pile in there to sleep.
We'll find something. I'm sure.
All else fails, we can just go back to my house when all this is done.
Hold on.
What?
That might be a better option, yeah.
Yeah, not gonna lie, you let this place go to shit.
I don't know what to say about this. Look, it's a long story. It was really warm. We had a bit of a fight here with the elves and some minotaurs, and then Dragatha just kind of came here and, well,
I keep telling you, boy, you need to buy dragon insurance. You never know when the dragon is going to hit, and this is exactly why you need it.
Escal.
Real
Escal.
What? I'm right. Tell him I'm right.
It'll be your turn in a second, okay?
Okay.
Oh, how did my little friend help you?
The little friend ran into an accident. I'm
Oh.
sure you can resummon him down the line.
Yeah, I think the book said something about that. Just figured it would be of some comfort to you, I suppose.
It was when it was there.
Well, I'm glad you guys are safe.
We're not. Kate is dead.
Oh, shoot.
We had to leave his body there.
Is this perhaps something worth talking about later? Or?
There's a lot to talk about. She kind of freezes up a little bit.
It's alright. It's alright. We have plenty of time. Seriously, we have a lot of time on our hands right now. We can talk about this on our own. It's okay.
I thought you were dead. I saw that fire. I thought you were dead.
Decides not to bring up the Plague Lord incident, but there's just kind of like a twitch in his right eye. Well, no, surprisingly, no, we ended up surviving that thing. We had a little bit of help, actually. A lot of help. The leaders of the nations, they came together and helped us to slay it. Now, of course,
of them?
all of them. Of course, that said, there's still the matter of diplomatics that are in order. I think for now there's a bit of a ceasefire that's going on at the moment, but once things are a little more calmed down, I'm definitely going to have a talk with them. Things haven't exactly been the best here.
Malafane. I'd rather not be there.
What do you mean?
I think if you're having diplomatic talks and sorts, it's probably better I step away. In fact, I said a while back that, well, a suggestion was thrown out a while back that after we saved Escol, it might be better if I leave, or step back and... We gave up so much to save Escol that I don't think I can do this anymore.
You're not comfortable with...
No, you don't understand. We lost more people than just Kate.
Oh. There were more casualties.
Yes. And there's more. Alex, is there a scar at all where Quintessa lost her heart?
Yeah. It's nasty
Alright,
and magical looking.
Yeah, well, normally the two top buttons of a thing's undone anyway, but she'll undo another one, just pull it, and he sees.
What happened? Hun, did you get hurt? Like, what did you do? What did they do?
Well, I needed to give up half of myself to bring the other half back. Half of my heart's in him now.
Is that all?
Well, yes, but... What?
Quinn,
What?
Look, the casualties are one thing. I understand your concern about that, but honestly, I'm just glad you're safe. You're here. You both are present right now, and that means so much more to me than anything else right now.
I understand that, Malafine. Don't cry. It's okay. But listen, Eskel needs me right now. I think I'm better here.
I understand.
Hey, she just hugs him. It's okay.
You guys are gonna be great. You guys will take men down the fort while we're gone, though, right?
Of course. Well, what's left of it, but yes.
Just try to stay safe for me, please.
I promise. For all of you.
And you. You better take good care of her.
I mean, once I can actually move my body without excruciating pain, what makes you think I'd do anything else? I'm a prankster, I'm not heartless. I mean, technically I'm half heartless, but that's more of a magical thing and not a metaphor thing. I've been reading a lot of metaphors. Pride and Prejudice is literally in my face.
I honestly never took you for a reader.
There's a lot about me you don't know.
Clearly.
Well, I'll be happy to
That's-
discuss now that we can actually hold a decent conversation for once.
Indeed. There's a lot more getting to know one another that we have.
Actually, speaking of that, I know, that Knight already mentioned it, but do you want to tell him, or should I?
Oh.
The wedding.
Oh.
The what?
That's up to... That's...
Oh my god.
I think that's up to you.
Okay, Eskel,
Tessa, the what now?
right, this was it was a just in case anything happened when we were in the Feywild, but, we got, and this isn't to say I'm not going to do it with you, because I absolutely intend to do it with you, of course.
I would certainly fucking hope you're going to do it with me. You proposed to me first.
Yeah, true, but yeah, we got married. There were bees. It was a bit of a rush, but yeah, long story.
No, I've got time. Tell me about the bees.
Why don't we settle this over a drink?
I would love to. I would fucking love to.
I love the smell of cucks in the morning.
Come
Right.
on. Everyone's waiting for us.
I guess we have to awkwardly push.
Again, I
maybe
cannot
we should-
move. Hence the wheelbarrow.
You know what? Let me go grab another outfit for you quickly.
That would help. That would really help.
Yeah.
Actually, Alex, what time of day is it?
Currently it is like early afternoon. All the various war parties have gone off to camps to get shit-faced and discuss what to do.
Yeah. Well, if Malafine goes to get more stuff, she'll look at Eskel and just be like, "This is very surreal."
Yeah, I know.
I-
Like one day after I get back from the dead, I hear there are bees at a wedding and I missed it. That is the cruelest irony of all.
I know, I'm sorry, but, no, it's surreal that I can see you in daylight now.
Ella.
You look beautiful.
I mean, now that you have seen all of me, I can confirm I do look beautiful. Thank you for noticing.
I mean, come on, hon, it wasn't the first time.
I know. It's me. What did you expect?
I hate,
Yeah, I'll
I
just-
hate this.
I'll just roll my eyes and
I
just
absolutely
push
love
along.
this.
This is too wholesome for my liking.
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Wait, Jabiti, you're back?
That's not Jabiti's voice. Jabiti's Liverpudlian.
Jabiti did too much ketamine.
Yeah.
Stop!
I'm going to sell all these magic items to buy ketamine.
I'm gonna gonna kill you. Okay, yeah. I push him back.
Promise.
Alright, so, the tavern is pretty much totaled, but there is enough surviving wine from the wine cellar that you all can just pull a couple of bottles, find a secluded spot, drink, and discuss, okay, what the fuck are we doing now? Because in a few hours, everyone's coming here!
So, I feel like to start, we should organize the groups into sides of the room that don't like us and sides of the room that are ambivalent about
Are
us.
you really making a seating chart for this?
I think we need to be on even footing here. I'm just saying, I think the left side of the room, people who have had problems with us, like bad problems, should go on that side.
Scam, that's literally everyone else.
I know. I'm saying let's clear enough space for the two of us to stand on the side of the room that everyone else is not on, so we can face our problems head on for once.
Well, I'm not moving from this.
All
Crowley
right.
is sitting on a smoldering beam. It's
All right,
still on fire. They don't care.
Everybody, go over there. Points opposite of where the Scam currently are, and we'll talk because we need to talk.
No, they just helped us kill Dragotha. Fuck it. We're all in the same place, drinking out of the same wine bottles.
Can we not do a circle?
Fine. I think a circle is actually extremely helpful.
I think that would be,
Currently, it's just the party. None of the other city-states are here with you right now.
Oh,
We've been
okay.
talking to a fucking empty chair.
Yeah, you've been practicing.
I assumed we were party planning, for lack of a better way of putting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
you're just party planning. Like, you're talking to an empty chair. Alternatively, you turn to the chair, Annabelle's just sitting there being the practice audience.
I like that.
I love her so much.
She's so good.
All right. I think what we should do for everybody is we should have everyone like draw straws. You know,
We could
for like a
just create a semicircle. They're basically our judge, jury, and executioner.
I was just gonna.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I think what we should do is we should have them draw straws for who gets to talk to us first, just to keep order, and we go from there. You know, we just kind of pick out because we don't want everyone talking at once. We want to have some semblance of order to these conversations.
Why don't
And, you know-
just, whoever raises their hand gets to talk? And we don't.
Annabelle raises her hand.
Yes, Annabelle.
They would all be raising their hands, is the problem.
Thank you. Yes.
And then they'd probably start arguing over who got picked versus others. So I think, like I said,
really think
I
they're that petty?
yes.
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 Touche.
Would you like a mediator?
I think that is helpful.
Excellent.
Yeah, I think that's
Yes,
an extremely
yes.
good idea.
Actually, yeah, that would work. Annabelle looks at Rax. You have nothing to do with any of the politics in Irion.
You're as
Yeah.
close to a third party as we're ever gonna get.
Yeah, honestly, I think you're the best choice just to and then I think that from there we just talk. Yeah, I think that's probably the best thing we need to do right now is just, communicate.
So, what do we want to bring up?
Well,
The fact
I
that
will
how-
swallow my pride and not immediately demand an apology from all of them, so that's where I'll
Yes, how
start.
Magnanimous.
Yes.
Thank you. All right. Anyone else?
Annabelle raises a hand.
Yes.
So, it's kind of, what is our end goal for this meeting? Do we want the Civil War to stop, or do we just want them to accept there's a Mind Flayer and give us help with that?
I think of those two things you just said, we aim for listen, having the war stop is great. That's awesome. That's fantastic. But, that's so lofty and up there. At the very least, we try to explain the Mind Flayer situation. And hopefully, by proxy, that causes the war to stop. because I can at least get several powerful people to think, maybe all these issues were caused by the manipulation of an aberrant, evil, dominator.
Maybe.
Yeah, what Scam said, and, a resurrection of one dragon happened because of, well, partially in part of said Mind Flayer, hence second dragon. Speaking of, we should probably do our best to destroy that body as much as possible.
Oh, no, it's not going to make a difference. If it's a Dracolich, he's probably got, like, a phylactery somewhere, and he's going to come back regardless if we bury him or not.
What's that? What do you know about Dracoliches?
I know that it's a dragon, and it has a lich at the end of its name, so I'm going to assume that it operates on the same principles as a lich, and will come back eventually.
Since it's an undead, religion is the appropriate knowledge check to figure out more about Dracoliches if anyone wants to.
Well, my religion's a +5, so someone else is welcome to go.
My religion is +7.
I have
Oh.
I have +8 for some reasons, but I'll make the check.
Okay.
anyways.
Because rogue is the reason.
Rogue.
I don't even have expertise in that. Oh.
Disgusting.
I'm just gonna say that's
I'll use
almost saying that because I already specified I don't know shit.
I'll use my last flash of genius just to make that a 25 or 24.
Cool.
That 24 belongs to Momo.
Hey Momo, do you want to cast guidance on Melfane? Because he's 1 point away from any information that would be helpful.
Yes, I would love to do that.
There you go.
Alright. You can roll a d4 if you want. It will not matter. You are 1 point away from any information. Dracolich phylacteries work a little bit different. The soul is in a little container, like most liches. But a Dracolich needs specifically to have that phylactery touched to the corpse of a dragon in order to reanimate, whereas liches, they just get a new body like that.
Oh, cool. Let's bury the fucking body. Good idea, Corellia.
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. So it just respawns.
I mean,
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Let's treat this like a Stargate and bury it.
I do want a few more. Krellin is still halfway out of it. They sort of tap on their dragon scale breastplate, which is made of Dragatha scales, mind you.
I used Dragatha.
I do want to grab some of those. I do want to grab some of those for repair purposes, but yes. Hopefully, split them into multiple different caches, bury them, drown them, send them to other continents. I don't give a shit.
It does not have to be the same body.
Oh, it's any draconic orb.
It's any dragon body.
So in that case, we have to make sure we really fucking take care of this.
Would their power be limited by the type of draconic body? So, like, if it was a young dragon versus an ancient dragon, would that change anything or no?
Mechanically, Dracoliches can only be adult or ancient, and whatever the Dracolich, poofs into is the type of dragon that it effectively is. So, like, if Dragatha touched an ancient white dragon's body, he would be using Frost Breath.
Okay.
Basically.
So it would still be a good idea to get rid of this ancient dragon body, because maybe, an adult dragon would be slightly easier to deal with, knock on wood, knock on skull, so fuck it. Also symbolic,
Still though, what was it that Dragatha said before? How long until I return again? Something about history repeating itself. What? Let's take that in a literal face value. Who's to say that doesn't have an impact?
I mean, the fuck can we do about it? It's like going rising on that issue. It's like, listen, we don't even have Dragatha's phylactery, do we?
Nope.
Yeah, so I mean, like,
Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, like, without Dragatha's phylactery, I mean, like, we have no control over of how the comeback only is, can't come back to this body. Although if we did find Dragatha's phylactery, and that's very much a later problem, I would say that the best thing we could do is probably get some arcanists to set up an anti-magic chamber and, like, and like just put it in there forever, just so it can never hurt anybody again. Or just throw it into space.
Be that as it may, it's still possible that this whole conflict had some impact on the resurrection. Is that fair to say?
I thought that was completely obvious.
Yes.
I feel like there still needs to be some sort of armistice.
I mean,
Well,
yeah, we're gonna try to get that, but like, there's no guarantee. The best we can try for now is just being like, "Hey guys, we know that we fucked up on numerous occasions, but really, the real bad guy is a sandal-wearing, tentacle-faced squid boy." So
boot wearing
Slippers.
Krillin
They're
says slippers. Thank you.
Okay.
But listen, Krillin sort of sighs. This isn't to diminish my or Scam's negotiating capabilities, but listen, I'm not exactly Trevlon. I'm not really good at this. Obviously, everyone's going to try their best, but trying to broker a peace between multiple, very different nations and peoples is going to be, a tall order. And I think I'll agree with Scam on this one. Our best option right now is to hopefully get people to go in with us to Wrangle's Lair and understand that they're all being played against one another.
Exactly.
Trying to get people to make peace on their own accord with their own morals is we've managed to cock that up pretty well, so I don't think that'll happen. Sorry.
Yeah, we should just try to get the most basic thing we can get out of this.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend, common enemy.
Yeah,
I worked with Trigatha. Might
Yeah.
work with Rankle.
Probably. Or not. Or we'll probably die trying. Either way.
Out of character, how many times has Dragotha been slain in the past?
Once.
Once that you know of. You don't know if he's been slain before then. You can make a history check if you want.
I would love to.
Ooh. History.
You want to give me advantage?
What is your history?
7.
You know what? It's 1 point off. Sure, why not? I'll give you advantage.
Yay!
Yay!
Can I use guidance on myself?
You are a willing creature.
Yeah!
Hey.
Roll your d4, baby.
You are a willing creature, and you can put your hand on your own damn shoulder, so...
4, baby!
D4.
That is a d4. I rolled the d4. It was a 4. It said 2 GM rolling d4.
Weird.
A whisper, I see.
A whisper.
Dear GM.
Okay, I see it now, yeah. Don't know why it's whispering to me, but...
Yeah,
Hey, Alex. Jojo rolled me. Don't tell anyone.
It's a 4. So, Momo, you've read stories about Dragotha in, numerous different places across this world and beyond, that take place over hundreds, if not thousands of years. Now, it could be that's just how long Dragotha lived, or it could be, he keeps on coming back, because he's an ancient and powerful dragon. You also remember getting to one page that said something about Dragotha and Tiamat, but Arias closed the book on you before you could read any more of that page.
Wait, I was just getting to the good part!
No, you were not. That was a very boring part, man.
Was it really? Okay.
Yes, incredibly boring.
Why don't you read this book, this children's book instead?
God.
Do you like children's books? It's called Icarus.
Yeah. Alternative version of Dragotha's ending speech. You will claim this as a victory, but if you kill me, I'm going to go home to Tiamat.
I will end you.
He's got the chaos god pussy now.
Oh, Christ.
I'm gonna go tell mom.
That was a terrible.
Mommy, says the doctor.
I'm sorry. No, we're not gonna brush over the fact that JoJo just said the words "chaos god pussy." We're not skipping over that.
I think we are. Anyway, back to the role playing that we were just doing.
Oh, Christ.
Anyway.
So, Momo explains the research that he's done before Tiamat and shit, and, I don't know. You said he was a Draco Lich, right? Do we know if... Fuck! I wouldn't even know when he would have become a Draco Lich. And... I don't know. I'm thinking out loud. He's, like, doing math in his head. Like, trying to solve a puzzle.
No, it's still a good thing to look into, for sure, I think. So...
If we find out when he became a Draco Lich, or how he became one, then we could probably find out what the source is, and possibly... That's probably the longest shot ever, but...
You know,
I don't even know what to do.
If you mentioned that, a phylactery had to be touched to the body of a dragon, I mean, there was a lot of work being done when it came to getting another dragon in, you know, resurrective capability, Stevana, you know, so,
Do you think Stevana made him a Draco Lich?
or maybe she might have access to his phylactery, either that or Rankle does. That would be my guess, my best guess, at least. Gah.
That would also be mine as well.
So it's, worth trying to look for that, because if I understand Liches correctly, and if what is, you know, between what you and what Scam and what Malvane have said, destroy the phylactery, destroy him for good, so.
He shrugs. I don't even know if we're capable of doing that. Like, we've killed Dragotha, we've fought so many other things, and hell, we've even went to the fucking astral plane and back safely, successfully. Twice! Pointing at, like gesturing wherever Quintessa would be. All these things seem so impossible to do, and yet we do it anyway, but it comes so close to death, it just... I don't know whether to have hope or stifle it.
Well,
Welcome to adventure.
and no, hey, that's a good thing to bring up. You know, if people don't want to go in for the whole, Mind Flayer thing, there's the, Dragotha is a Draco Lich, let's go look for his phylactery sort of thing that I
Find
think
the
people
source
would
and
bite
run it
at.
out.
So,
Yeah.
good option. Thank you. Very good.
He smiles softly like, I helped.
You helped. You're doing a good job.
Thanks, Mom.
Well, anyone else have any ideas as to what to bring up with everyone, or?
Big shrug.
I'm not really good with my words. I'm leaving this up to you, says Annabelle.
Wait a
Shaky
minute.
thumbs up.
Who introduced us? No, we met Rancol at the Fiery Grog, right?
I.
And Ravanala was the first one to meet him, right?
We
Ravanala
don't
was the
know.
first, right? Okay, so I remember Ravanala was the first person that we met through Rancol.
Incorrect.
Actually,
Incorrect?
Yeah.
Was it
It was Kailani.
Kailani?
Oh.
Okay. Never mind, my mistake.
Yeah. It was Kailani. You met Solana before, but she got in contact with Rancol. Then it was Zordan. Then he did not make contact for the Yokini, and then Zutzag made contact with him.
Okay. So Kailani was the first one. How did Kailani even meet Rancol in the first place?
Guess we'll have to ask.
Alright. So, for the sake of transparency here, can we have a list of what we had to address?
Right. First order of business. We want to go after this mind flayer who's been playing us all for fools. Second order of business, if people don't agree with us to do that, then maybe it would be worth it to go after the Dracolich's phylactery to prevent Dragotha from rising from the dead once more. The current idea is that probably Stevana may have something to do with it, or Rancol may have something to do with it as well. Third order of business would be trying to suss out exactly how Rancol played us all, because he did have a good hand in everything. Am I understanding that correctly, everyone?
Sounds all good to me.
Yeah.
Great.
There's still one thing This has nothing to do with the meeting, I'm just confused, like... What did Orias have to do with any of this?
Who?
My mentor. It's actually the reason we all met.
Oh,
Very...
When I was smaller,
when I was a wee budgie.
we met at a wine festival and I lost Orias and we went to go look for him and that's how we all met. I had memories and visions of him being taken by this giant bug.
Zunkira.
Zunkira.
Right.
Alright.
I
And
mean...
also, Zunkira was working with Stevana, right? And I saw Zunkira and Rancol in the same room.
From your visions.
From my
and
dreams.
Stevana, yeah.
That's right.
I mean, if they're all working together, they only have to gain from, the destabilization of everyone else, and also as to why they would want Arias. Arias was a pretty powerful cleric, so for any reason anyone would want a pretty powerful cleric, there you are.
Well, that's another thing to think about for the future, at least.
Aye.
Well,
I don't really know
I
what
think
else
we
to
have what we
discuss.
need, at least.
Right.
Great. It feels like my brains are coming out of my ears. I need a fucking drink. I'm dying.
Sounds like a plan.
Momo goes to the wine cellar and gets everyone some glasses.
Alcohol. Alright. You get some... Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, are Quinn and Esco, sorted at this point?
Yeah, at this point, they're all done.
Cool.
Alright, so, all that being said, you finish up your glasses, you head over towards, the foyer of Battenrance Hall, which has been set up as a miniature gathering place. Bert first steps outside to look at you. He sees you all, points. You wouldn't happen to have a full glass of wine, would you? Because I could really use one.
We do, actually.
Thank you!
He hands one to Bert.
Alright, Bert immediately just starts chugging.
Wow.
And when he finally puts it down, I thought the worst day of my life would be when a dragon razed 80% of this place to the ground. The worst day of my life is having to play diplomat and mediator for 6 city-states, all of whom want to yell at each other in our fucking house.
Oh.
It's alright, I'll take over from here.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Just go drink. It's all right.
I am going to. And
You deserve as much rest as you can get. Please,
Yeah.
take it.
all right, Bert stumbles off. You get to the front door. There are a couple people outstanding guard of various different races, like a couple of human guards you recognize from Port Norandu, those of you who have actually been there. There are some Okidi guards also standing there, giving side eyes and nasty looks to the human guards who are just like not even looking back at this point. You get the sense they've been doing this for a while. There are also big old... There's one Oriad guard, actually, but he's a huge, big old, bulky one. And Zutzag is also standing guard. He just sees you, waves. He's still kind of covered in ash and soot and burn marks from the battle.
Oh,
Bless.
honey.
Carlin just claps a hand on Zutzag's shoulder and just puts in the last 15 points of lay on hands into him. Thank you.
Much obliged, says Zutzag, who takes a breath, puts his hand on your shoulder. So don't be mad.
Why would I have reason to be mad?
So we didn't know this was gonna be a diplomatic thing, and even if we did, Snalgy was under the impression that if you and her were ever in the same room again, you would, and I quote, fucking kill her. So she's not our diplomat.
No. Understandable. I would be able to control myself for future's sake, but understandable. Especially knowing what I know now.
Okay, good to hear. I'm gonna hope I live long enough to tell her that.
Who's the diplomat, Zutzag?
Oh God, is it him?
Don't know.
So, at this point, I'm going to assume... Do any of you actually want to open the door at this point?
I'm afraid to.
Scare
Fuck it, I'll
opens
open
the
the
door.
Alright,
Yeah.
so Rax and others notice to you, you open the door. Inside, gathered around a table that's been pushed in, are a whole bunch of dignitaries yelling at each other.
Oh no.
Representing the human support Mirandu is Roderick Redwald, the last duke of the port before, the nobles gave up power. Representing the Marrow, and looking like he wants to either die or be literally anywhere else, is Kailani with a couple of priests behind him.
Naturally.
Yay!
Ravanala is seated at the table in a heated debate with Prince Zordan of the Oriad, who looks like he really wants to do arm wrestling instead of any of this. Captain Jemvik of the Okidi is sitting down at a table, swirling a glass of wine, and he turns to his right and gives a toast to King Zokti of the Kobolds.
Yep.
Oh man!
Well,
I knew it.
Yep.
Krellin's already
Hate 'em.
out of it, but you just see their eyes glaze over a little more. Ah.
Well,
You
well,
said you wouldn't be mad.
We're not
Uh,
mad, just disappointed.
Not even that. I'm so fucking numb at this point that I would say Dragotha could crash through the ceiling and I wouldn't be surprised, but that happened already, so...
If there is any wood, if there's any wood still standing, Malafin will knock on it to hell and back.
When in doubt,
Yeah.
use your own skull.
You knock on wood, the minor support of the, banister along the porch that was cracks and falls over because of burn damage.
Oh, Malafane!
And we're just gonna freeze that back in place. He just takes a hand, just with the most cringe-induced face, and just tries to place it back. It's only gonna last an hour, but you know what? That's fine.
He sticks them together, puts it back in place, balances it, and it falls over again.
No,
God.
it sticks in place, but it's only gonna stay there for an hour. So.
All right. Seeing the mess, I will just go in and clap my hands really loudly twice.
So, Jemvik and Zokti just casually turn over to look at you because they were not arguing. Ravanala stops what she was doing. Zordana takes him a couple seconds to realize, oh, wait a second. And he looks over. Kailani blearily looks up from having his head in his hands. And Roderick Redwald sighs, "Oh, thank God, finally we can get somewhere."
Okay, I'll signal for the rest to, like, take a seat if they want.
Meanwhile, in the Hall of Justice.
In the Hall of Justice.
Okay, well, thank you everyone for coming. Not that you all had much of a choice. Well, my name is Sir Raxadal Uriella, a Knight of King's March. And due to my lack of political knowledge or lack of knowing any of you in this room, I will be the mediator for this discussion, if that is all right.
There's some grumbling before Kailani finally speaks up. I mean, it's the best option we have, considering you don't give a shit.
Precisely, yes. Well then, now I believe for everybody's transparency, and by everybody I mean probably just myself, I would like it if everybody could introduce themselves.
Rax never seeing these people in his entire fucking life.
So, Duke Redwald clears his throat first. I assume everyone in this room is familiar with this group here, barring yourself, of course, he says, pointing to Raxudal. He gestures to the rest of the party. There are some nods and murmurs of assent. Redwald clears his throat again. My name is Duke Roderick Redwald. Please, the title is only a placeholder. I have no particular noble power here. This is neutral territory, not Mirandu. I am sent to represent the humans here in Irion. Kailani looks up. Kailani, apparently I'm representing the Marrow now, because Mizuko is off being distracted by some merfolk or whatever. And then his hands go right back into his face. Ravanala nods. I'm Ravanala. I am leader of the Sheesenfei mercenary band. In absence of any other political power of the elves, I am their representative at this table. Prince Zordan slams hand on the table to get attention. I am Prince Zordan of the Oread! I am a powerful and honorable man, and I will be treated as such while I'm at this table. Thank you very much. Dumbit cannot help but laugh. Yeah, sure, that's definitely going to happen. Oh, Dumbit Gillikavila, acting captain of the Okiti fleet. Please use my full name. And then, Zakti does, like, a little mocking bow. King Zakti, ruler of the kobolds of Merdil. And I shall be getting the respect that this little prince thinks he deserves. Zordan just rolls his eyes.
Right, well, it is an honor to meet all of you. Thank you very much for coming. Well, I believe we shall get straight to the point. The first order of business we would like to address with all of you is, well, the main trouble. The Mind Flayer, known as Rankle, which is...
Oh, here we go, says Prince Zordan, leaning back in his chair and looking away.
Who has put this land, as I'm to believe, in jeopardy. Now, the team here has made the decision that they would like to go after and take down Rankle, and
so let me get this straight, interrupts King Zakti.
Oh, yes. Please.
A dragon burns down almost all of your home, and your concern is a Mind Flayer, the source, I am told, of so many conspiracy theories, given the utter lack of evidence he exists.
Well, you know, it's pretty hard to prove you exist when you've infiltrated and tricked half of the countries on Irion.
That is part of the conspiracy, yes.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just Scam stands up and puts his hands on the table. I'm here completely for these discussions. I want to just say this. And also, hi everyone, Scam Yonfelonius likely. Some of you know me, some of you hate me, some of you thought I was dead, and yet I've come back to haunt you. Look, I want to have these talks. I really do. And I feel like I have the least amount of beef out of everyone. Some more recent than others, but for the most part, I'm a recent thorn in your side. This whole Mind Flayer thing, let's make it as simple as possible. if most of you, if not all of you, don't believe us, well, it's as simple as, if you don't believe us, then, well, what trouble is there in seeing us out to the middle of the ocean where his lair is, where we can prove to you he exists? Because if he doesn't exist, then surely we're just wasting our time, and it would be one hell of a gag, and you can probably punish us for it later. We can literally prove it to you. You got to be willing to meet us halfway and let us show you it.
Ravanala raises a hand as everyone else just kind of like offers up their opinion, and she's just waiting patiently.
Scam goes silent.
I think, for the sake of this meeting going smoothly, we shall do it by a hands-up system. So, motions to Ravanala.
Zordan groans, but eventually he is the last one to shut up and let Ravanala talk. Thank you. I understand that you and your band, as much as it has changed, have been talking about this Mind Flayer and his manipulations for some time. You believe he is connected to this attack by Dragatha, do you not?
Yep.
That would be the case.
It is entirely more reasonable to assume this would be the work of Steavana, the Lich Queen of Irion. What makes you think the Mind Flayer that you speak of is instead the culprit?
We have reason to believe that they were working together.
And that the reason would be? Offers up Jemvik without raising his hand.
Krillin sort of looks towards Momo.
I've had very vivid visions of Rankpal, Zinkira, and Stefana Rothart in the same space together. They're working on something together. I think they're the reason that Dragatha came back in the first place. Well, now at least.
Ravanala nods. Visions are a potent sign, Kailani interjects. They're also unprovable.
I mean, no, that's not true, but yeah, go off, I guess.
What I am intending to imply is that I could say I have had a vision of 27 dancing bears right now. And
yeah,
you would have no idea whether or not I would be lying about it.
Oh, actually, that's not true, because since we live in a world of magic, I could probably get the spells needed to prove that you're telling the truth or lying to me.
If I cast Zone of Truth on myself, will you believe me?
Well, we'd have to phrase our questions very carefully, considering everything and the unreliability of Zone of Truth, because in a world of magic where it exists, people would know it exists and be very keen on weaseling their way out of questions.
Naturally.
That's understandable.
That is true. Well, here comes the second... Oh, sorry.
Sorry. We also do have a witness who did indeed see Rankle. And correct me if I'm wrong, out of character, but Ari did see that Rankle and Old Ran were the same fucking person, right?
Ari is the only witness who has survived to see Rankle turn into his true form.
We do have a witness who can corroborate that the man known as Old Ran is the one and the same as the Mind Flayer, and, you know, that a Mind Flayer exists. So we could call her in as well.
Roderick raises his hand. I'm just assuming you're calling on people as they're raising their hand.
Yeah.
Who is this witness, if I may ask?
That would be Ari. She was an employee of the, God, it has been so fucking long. The Fiery Grog Tavern, which was, unfortunately, razed to the ground.
The dancing girl.
The very same.
Yeah.
I was under the impression she was mute.
Your impression is incorrect.
It's amazing the things you can accomplish when you can communicate with people telepathically. It's almost like we live in a world of magic.
Almost, yes.
Yeah.
She's not mute. She's more than capable of communication, whether it is written or by any other method she chooses.
Kailani, like, starts to put a hand up, but then sighs and just puts it back down.
Oh.
No, not worth it. Not worth asking the question.
Very well.
Right.
We'll circle back to it if it becomes relevant again. All right. So Rax, if you don't mind, you're the mediator here. If I might propose, listen, clearly you all have some issues with the believing the mind flayer part, and we can get to the witnesses, and I think that's great and all. I do think, and I know surprising, I think it might also be productive if we can address not the larger problems of the world right now, but we have done a lot to cross you guys individually over the past. I think if we could go one by one and talk about those, moments in particular to, if not at the very least, have forgiveness, at least be able to understand both sides
Carly
of
just
the aisle.
sinks down in their chair.
Yeah, the light in Momo's eyes is fading.
Malifane is further freezing the
Yeah.
banister.
So Rex sees everyone's reaction to this and just goes, no, I would agree. If we are to achieve the security of our land, I feel that any grievances should be let out right now.
In a timely hand-raised fashion. As a sign of good faith, I'm going to volunteer that all of the people we've screwed over go first.
Corellian just hisses under their breath. Yeah, I guess making us the common enemy would work, huh?
It's certainly a tactic.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Alright.
Who would like to go first?
Kailani's hand shoots up.
Oh no.
Points at Kailani and just says,
Momo winces.
by the way, once again, pleasure to meet you. We have not formally met, so I think
You
it's
are
only fair
excused.
that... Yes, I'm excused. Rax, for this guy in particular, I will help you mediate because I have no stake in this relationship. So I will.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
What's
fair.
your name for the record, sir?
Kailani.
And which group do you represent?
The Marrow.
Gotcha. All right. Go ahead. You may speak freely.
You helped me once, when the kobolds poisoned our waters with their drilling. Zokti scoffs at all of this. And then, when they intensified and prepared for war in our waters, I came to you for help again. What you did instead was turn your backs on the Marrow, murder our High Priestess, and, I don't know, send chunks of debris and oil to pollute our water further. I trusted. And I will not make that mistake again.
Okay. Scam is just...
I feel like we're gonna let all the grievances air
Yeah,
before we start
yeah.
chiming in, so...
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
All right.
okay, cool. Actually, that's a good idea. Should we do this all grievances first, or should we address them as we go?
Everyone first.
One by one, and then we address them. Well, you address
Great.
them.
Yeah, Scam writes down Kailani's information. Thank you, Kailani. Woof. All right, who's next?
Ravanala raises a hand.
Hey, Ravenala.
For the sake of being open with everyone here, I was stuffed into a bag of holding, sent into the astral plane. I recognize that the very same people who did this also brought me back, but the whole time, what was the phrase, "I can kill you right now," was repeated at me, so it felt less like a rescue, and more like a threat to cooperate.
Out of character, who said that again?
Points at Scam Likely.
Scam likely grins.
Ah.
Hi.
Mm-hmm.
That is correct. I did do those things.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Is that all?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. During this attempt at... Well, I say attempt, but it was successful. During and before this quest to retrieve me from the astral plane, our city was infiltrated, its defenses scouted. I am told for an attempt to rob the grave of Lord Ebernon's daughter. Now, I have no idea what that's about, but it doesn't sound particularly well from the news I have heard. As a result of the reports we have been given, and the reports that you were indeed infiltrating the city, spying on us, and gathering a militia, we arrived to demand disbanding the militia and coming in for questioning. What we got and said was more spying on our defenses, one of the exact charges we were investigating you for. And then, obviously, we had to attack to make sure that your militia would not. I understand that we fired first. However, the news did not look good for you. If I am to summarize, your neutrality is an interesting position to take, and it is one that makes you dangerous.
Thank you, Miss Ravanala. Okay, moving on to the next person.
Prince Ordan slams hands on the table. Speaking
Oh,
of
boy.
stuffing
Oh,
Ravanala into a bag of holding.
Okay. Oh boy.
Yeah. After the elves attacked our mine based on trumped-up charges that we sent fucking insects to attack their sacred crow, why would we do that? No, clearly they just wanted to hurt us because no one likes the Oread. Besides the point, that's their problem. You decided killing all of us was the answer, and then after doing that, trying to open negotiations with me. No, the only way that was going to stop was the restoration of my honor by killing their leader, he says, dramatically pointing at Ravanala. And you denied me of even that.
Okay, thank you, Prince Ordan. Is that all?
You have been wise enough to avoid me after that, so yes.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Sorry, Rex's metal plate eyelids are just sort of slowly narrowing more and more.
We will thank you for the emphatic record. Thank you, Prince Ordan. Okay. Next. Thank you. I feel like I'm in a DMV right now. Fuck. This is
Thank you. Next.
Thank you. Next. Okay.
Zakti raises a hand.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I could spend all day talking about what a shitbag Corellian personally is. But
Thank
let's
you,
move on to
Zakti.
Krellin does a little salute.
Thank you, Zakti. All right, moving on. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But aside from attempting to dethrone me and destabilize the economic exports of Merdil, this little group of ours destroyed the dragon that would have made us a worthwhile military power because they were afraid of it. And then, afterwards...
Sorry, I just need to recollect how Zakti would phrase this particular thing.
Yeah. And then afterwards, threatened the life of the High Priestess Snalgu, destroyed the oil rig that we had set up on contract with the Marrow, and, what's more, lied to us about there being no dragon eggs in the northeastern mountains without providing any evidence in an attempt to prevent us from getting back into a position of power and defend ourselves from our many enemies,
Zakti says, gesturing towards both Kailani and Ravanala.
So,
Okay, thank you. Oh, no,
in
we keep going.
summation,
Okay.
because that was a lot of points, I know.
Yeah.
In summation, while I am sure that Prince Zordan here feels more personally slighted, at every turn, Corellian and their miserable band have stopped any hopes of our advancement in society.
Okay. Thank you, Prince Zakti. You're for the emphatic testimony. Is there anyone else?
Krellin hisses under their breath. King.
Oh, sorry, King.
Zakti.
King Zakti. Sorry,
We're all coming to the party that is this meeting, of course, with good faith. Otherwise, I would have killed you for
Yes.
that.
And I appreciate your willing to really just lower the bar. Okay, thank you, King Zakti of the Kobolds. Is it just the Okidi left?
It's just the Okiti and Roderick left. So
All right,
Okay.
who's next?
Jemvik casually raises a hand.
Please, Jemvik. Oh, I think.
Jemvik Vila.
Okay,
Captain.
Captain of the Okiti, Jemvik Kavila.
Jemvik laughs as you try multiple times to say his name correctly.
Forgive me. I speak
Better than most.
the goblin tongue makes it hard for our languages to coexist. Thank you. Correct me if I'm wrong here. Aside from one scuffle in a volcano, we haven't really had beef before, have we?
I don't believe I have personally met you, no.
Okay, well, nice to meet you, Scamuel the Loneliest Likely. Sorry about killing some of your people in a volcano.
I mean, there is that. Thank you for bringing that to the table.
Yeah, go ahead.
Other than that, let's see, there was interrupting a business deal, interrupting our affairs to buy the land in Port Mirandu that we have occupied for years, sabotaging our attempts to defend it when the humans attempted to blow up the entire slums with us in it, in an attempt to eradicate us, killing the former captain, and then after that, I have such fond memories of this. This was back when Trevlon was still active and operating. I hear that's not the case anymore. In order to spare our wrath from all of that, Trevlon, Bluequill, promised us ownership of Port Mirandu. He looks over at the rest of the diplomats. I wonder what they promised you, and how much they intended to deliver. And then everyone just starts grumbling and pointing at each other.
Leans over and whispers at Corellian, Trevlon did fucking what now?
I don't remember it being the entirety of Port Mirandu. That was a while ago. Give me a second to go through the mental Rolodex. I say, flipping through my notes.
Okay, Captain, Captain Jemvikila Kavila.
It's so adorable.
I'm really trying in good faith. This is not a mockery. This is me trying to get my sharpened goblin mouth around these words. Is that your whole testimony, or is there more?
That's about it.
Thank you. And,
and
once
finally.
again, once again, sorry about killing your people. All right.
Yeah, and then finally you look over at Roderick. He looks around. I mean, compared to everyone else, I'm fine.
You good?
Right.
God.
Okay,
I mean,
so
there is sabotaging the machine that we were going to use because the Okiti were going to poison us, but other than that...
Oh, wonderful. Right. Well, I thank you all for airing your grievances.
Scam passes the ledger that he's been writing down over to Rax. It just has all the accounts and testimony on it.
Right. Before we go through this, I need you all to know that whilst this has been war, I can tell that there is hurt and dishonor amongst your words. I want you all to know that all of your feelings are valid.
Oh, fuck. Sorry, that was an involuntary reaction to just hearing that statement in this situation. Are we gonna couples therapy this?
Yeah. You just look over at you just look over at the smug shit stirrers that are the Okiti and the kobolds. Your feelings are valid.
Their eyes kind of widen like, they are?
Which, as an icebreaker, Scamley Drum, as an icebreaker, I'd like to just say, before we preface, good on all of you today in your tactical aid in taking down the most powerful dragon known in this age or any age of man. So, wonderful job. You all did great. All of you should be very proud of your warriors and your resources and tactics. Yeah. It was wonderful out there.
Zakti grumbles something about it was definitely heretical, but whatever. Ravenala clears her throat. Regardless of whose side anyone is on, Dragotha would not care. It is the only sensible option. Save as many lives as possible. But yes, thank you for leading the charge against him.
I lean over and whisper to Rax, can you write down that she just said sometimes you have to do things to save as many lives as possible? We're going to need to circle back to that later.
God.
Sometimes you do things to save you do a bad thing, or sometimes you focus on one thing to save as many lives as possible. She just underlined, I think, most of what's gonna save our ass in the long run. So write that down. Write that fucking down. Okay, thank you.
I've written it down.
Write it down
All right.
again. Okay.
I'll write it down again. All right. Well, now that that's been addressed, I will hand it over to the. And I kind of look at Scam, just like, do you have a name, the team?
Looks at the team. Do we have a fucking name?
Out of character, I've been calling us the Clockwork Heroes, but heroes is a strong word.
Heroes is a strong word.
Looks at Corellian. Do we have a name?
Krellin just shakes their head no.
Okay,
Alright,
so
the-
two.
The Baton Runs team, then.
The bat.
You never got a
I
name.
think-
You're what, 13 levels in and you never gave a name to your adventuring party? What the fuck?
Let's just call ourselves the. Yeah, okay. Why am I bleeding? Let's just, for the record, refer to ourselves as the fuck ups. I think we can honestly say fuck ups.
The
We've
Baton
made
Rance
mistakes.
Bros.
The Baton. Okay, sure. Written down on the record.
Baton Rance Hall.
The
Okay,
team.
What is the opposite of a plaintiff? The defendants. That's it. Okay.
The defendants. Yeah.
The defendants.
The subject
Yeah,
leads
the
in from
drink.
around the door. The one common theme I'm hearing, maybe we all come to a compromise and just call you the.
We are the.
I like
We are
that.
the.
I love his exact bronze eye with all my heart.
Boy.
We are the undersigned. That's it. Okay. Yes.
I don't
Turn
get
it
paid
over.
enough for
Thanks.
this.
You don't. You don't get paid at all. Thank you, Rax. Okay.
All right. We
now-
will start
Yes.
with Kailani.
Yes. And actually, I would like to say to my group, given that at least just for Kailani, since I have not had any experience here, I don't have much to say. I will simply act as a mediator and make quips that I feel like are necessary on both sides. So I take it away. Corellian.
Right. The pollution that was happening after you came to us for help the second time was because the oil rig and the kobolds working on it were under contract from the, Marrow in charge. They weren't able to stop because that would have been going against their contract. So it was a rock and a hard place situation for them. No matter what you wanted, they would have had to keep doing it unless the contract was rendered null and void, which was not an option at that time.
I'm sorry. For the record, can you actually say the name of who the contract was held under?
That likely, I don't know for certain. There are a number of members on the High Council, but most likely the High Priestess would have done the majority of the negotiations.
And I actually would like to look at King Zakti and be like, is this true? Were you aware of a contract between the Kobold? Why are you making a huss fight?
Oh, sorry. I was like, there are two High Priestesses in this situation, one being Snalgu and one being the High Priestess of the Marrow. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I'm asking,
just making sure.
were you aware of a contract existing between the Marrow and between the Kobolds?
Oh, well, like I mentioned, and like Kailani didn't, yes, there was a contract. There was a massive deposit of so many valuable materials down there, and we had the technology to get it. However, given that it was in Marrow waters, we needed their permission. Hence, contract in order to have the authority to drill down there.
And then I turned to Kailani and I said, were you aware that this contract existed?
Vaguely, I wasn't the one making it, says Kailani. You can feel free to make insight checks at any point to see what everyone's attitude going into this is.
Yeah, I have
if
a
that would
wisdom
help.
of
Yeah,
-1, so I will not be doing those rolls.
Insight.
Oh.
What is my insight again? I have an insight.
I didn't
of
realize
14.
Scam was such a good litigator.
Excuse me while I roll with my insight of 14.
Okay.
I'm sitting here
Plus
at-
14? Disgusting. Love it.
At least a little.
Scam would be a great politician.
I'm literally sitting here. I feel like Atticus Finch right now. I'm just like,
Uh-huh.
God.
Fun fact, I read out the Atticus Finch monologue when I was in high school, and everyone said, if this is too complex for you to read, you don't have to do it. Did it anyway. Got straight A in that
Nice.
class. Anyway.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Atticus fists.
So, Malifang Kailani is obviously, hurt and a little bit disinterested in all of this, but you remember he had little insight as to what the contract actually was when you were first meeting him and talking about it. All he was concerned with was the pollution of the waters. Raxidol, you also know that Kailani likely does not know what the terms of the contract are. However, he mentioned being the one who is apparently having to represent the Marrow, as the other name you heard, Mizuko, is off distracted by some merfolk.
Oh no.
Right.
So, do you whisper that to Scam?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Kailani, sorry, is that all right if I refer to you as Kailani, or do you have a formal title I should be referring to you as well?
I don't have a formal title. I would have had something in the priesthood, but after the shenanigans that happened last time the party visited the city of Shimmering Lights, that obviously isn't going to happen.
My condolences. Well, Kailani, so from what I understand, and I am simply mediating, I'm not going to be making any hard... I'm just going to preface this and let the two groups that are concerned here, or I should say 3 groups are concerned here, speak about it personally. From what I understand, a representative of your dominions, nations, forgive me if I'm not knowing the proper word, your council did have an agreement with the kobolds for this to exist. Now, was this oil rig, and I'm opening this to the entire floor, was it known to have faults? Was it leaking? Was it dumping into the waters? What was the state of the rig?
Carlian sort of raises their claw as someone who is part of the Tinkers Guild and would have a little bit of knowledge. I think they would reasonably be able to say, not outside of the parameters of normal operation.
And normal operation was that how badly polluting were we talking? Was it polluting at all?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
It was. People were getting sick.
Yeah, then I turned to the kobolds and says, and so was it expected and part of the contract that such an ordeal like normal water pollution from the vicinity, was that expected by the Murrow individual you made a contract with?
Hold on, I'm trying to figure out the way that Zaki would phrase this, because Zaki has a very particular way of speaking.
Yes, he does.
He's great. I love him. Hate him so much. Love him.
I think Scam has a burgeoning career as a lawman. What the fuck?
Hate that.
Really hate that, but I'm doing pretty good.
If the Marrow were aware of the risks, they did not seem to think said risks would be a problem until after the fact. Rather needy and wishy-washy, if you ask me.
Okay, that's harsh, but thank you. Okay. So I then turn back to Kailani and says, and of course I will allow you to speak openly with the members of my party as well. I just want to get this out of the way. So, Kailani, as an outside observer, to me, speaking also as a tinker myself, it sounds like, and please correct me if I'm wrong, this oil rig was built, its construction was causing pollution in the immediate waters as to be expected for such a development that was causing people among your kind to be sick, yes?
That is correct.
Representatives from my team, you had them come to help, and this resulted in them destroying the oil rig, which further polluted and added debris to the region, yeah?
Also correct.
And you did not fully understand the nature of the agreement between one of your representatives and the kobolds. That is also correct?
I was not party to the agreement. All I saw were people getting sick and dying. And I wanted to do something to help.
Exactly. You were somebody who, unaware of the true nature, all you wanted was just to have people not be sick, right?
That is correct. And if it is wrong to expect that either people should be helped or reasonable precaution should have been taken, then fucking forgive me.
I turn to the kobolds and I say, well, I will not speak one way or the other on what is necessarily the right choice in this debate so far. I will leave that up to the actual people involved to discuss. But I think, and I speak to kobolds, Murrow, everyone here alike, can you really vilify somebody for just wanting to protect the health of their own people? I'm not saying the kobolds had any knowledge of sickness. I'm not going to accuse anyone of anything. But is it really that hard to, if any of us had loved ones or even people of our sovereign nation or people we empathize with who were getting sick because of some activity beheld by another, we'd want to see those people not be sick. Am I right?
We can hold it against them if their actions lead to the deaths of many a kobold and marrow.
Okay, well, anyway, I'm going to open the floor to Corellian and the rest of my team to speak on this matter since they were there.
Yes, thank you.
Carlin sort of looks to Momo and Malphane as sort of a, do you guys have anything you want to say, or should I just go ahead?
I need
Go
to
for it,
back
bro.
through the notes,
Okay.
I
so I'll speak up when
will
I
have
need
no
to.
helpful input in this.
From my understanding and involvement in the situation, the Blackwater and the poisoning of the waters around the city of Shimmering Lights were happening because of the oil rig, which was being operated under contract between the Nation of the Kobolds and the Nation of the Marrow. The Marrow were getting a cut of whatever was being brought up by the oil rig. From my negotiations with High Priestess Snalgu on said oil rig, the kobolds were being forced to continue digging in accordance with the contract that they signed, no matter what was happening in terms of pollution. So what Scam was saying seemed accurate, whereas the the folk who made the contracts were not necessarily concerned with the health of the average person. So, yes.
Okay, thank you. And sorry, Corellian, since you were on site, the kobold rig, what was it staffed with active kobolds on the site?
While the rig was in operation, yes, it was staffed by kobolds. By the time I made it onto the rig, there was not even what would qualify as a skeleton crew. It was Snalgu and a few holdouts with High Priestess Snalgu ready to destroy the rig to prevent any more harm coming to the kobolds or the Mara.
Now hold on. That I'd like to what you just said there. So wait, by my understanding of your words, the destruction of the oil rig was not destroyed by. It was the motion to do so was initiated by High Priestess Snalgu.
She was planning on going down with the rig. Yes.
I turned to King Zakti, and were you aware of this, Your Highness?
Zakti shrugs. I was busy being deposed at the time.
I see.
Right.
So the decision to destroy the oil rig, which King Zakti, you have listed as one of your grievances against the party.
Zatzag would have been there.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
would have been the one person other than me who would have been closest to Snalgu and would probably have the most awareness of what was going on, so...
Zatzag, I understand you were there. Thank you for the segue.
Yeah, I was!
Can you corroborate that series of events?
Zutzag pokes his head back in the door.
So, whole lot of marrow. We're gonna swarm the oil rig, kill and eat the kobolds that were there because of breach of contract. I don't think in that order. Plan was, lure as many of them out as we could, blow them up, they'd think we were dead so that we could get back to Murdeal and they would stop bothering us. Instead, I think they killed just the High Priestess, and told everyone else to back up before they blew up the rig. So, like, the Marrow obviously knew we were still alive, and it was a whole thing. But yeah, original plan was for Snalgu to blow up the rig. Then Corellian did it instead.
Yes.
But was this done with the consent of the High Priestess, Snalgu?
It was her idea.
I see.
Okay.
Okay. So, wait, you said that what breach of contract was committed that caused the Murrow to attack you?
So, Kailani sighs, shrugs. Again, I do not know. Apparently it was, there's a scheduled amount of some material or other. I didn't get a look at the contract that had to be delivered, and the kobolds were no longer doing it. They were instead abandoning the oil rig.
Right.
So what? Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Corellian.
The issue was that they were stopping the drilling that was poisoning the marrow.
So they were going to stop the drilling because they were poisoning the Murrow.
Well,
or
among other things.
Okay, they were going to stop the drilling. I think that's the underlying point.
Yes.
They were going to stop the drilling. So I look at Kailani when I say this. The kobold were going to stop the drilling is what I'm hearing. And by doing this, the people affiliated under one of your councilmen who had made this contract with them retaliated with violent force. Now, where does this, pointing at the group behind me, where does their betrayal come into play here? Just make the picture a little bit more clear for me.
Killing the High Priestess. I believe I addressed this.
High Priestess of the Marrow, yeah.
And why did you kill the High Priestess of the Marrow? Pointing at, looking at my group.
It's a good question.
Because the High Priestess of the Marrow was the only person who was able to communicate with Queen Arista of the Marrow, at least until Trevlon came around. So the High Priestess of the Marrow was providing a version of events that benefited her specifically.
And she was affiliated underneath the group that was benefiting from this contract existing, correct?
Correct.
That's correct.
Right.
Kailani, I respected representative of the Murrow. I am not going to stand here and say that, like, I'm going to say you're wrong, accuse you. No, nothing of the sort. You have extremely valid grievances of just wanting to see people not be sick from pollution. That's fine. Are you able to accept, so far, I'm not saying that this is resolved, but so far, the series of events of which you raise your grievances concerning are a multifaceted layer of what it sounds like, and hey, it takes one to know one, financial greed on behalf of some of your representatives, and their views do not represent your people as a whole. I just want to make sure that's not being implied by me. That it seems like their greed, they were trying to kill people who were going to stop the thing you were trying to stop yourself. And this group, instead of the loss of life, were retaliating against the people who had no care or concern for the health of their own kind who are being polluted. That is accurate to everything that has been testified thus far, is it not?
Kailani just grits and bares his shark teeth. And Rax, with 20 insight, you can tell he is getting very agitated at how the meeting is going so far.
Kailani.
What?
Is there anything more you'd like to say, or would you prefer me move on from this?
It would appear you've already reached your conclusions.
No, I was stating for the record. There are no conclusions that have been reached yet. We are figuring that out.
Let's move on, and if
Sure.
Mizuko comes around, then it would be he would be more than welcome to also.
That is a
take
great
part
idea.
in this.
That's a great idea. Thank you,
Exactly.
Corellian. Kailani, thank you. I apologize for your frustrations.
Thank you, Kailani.
If I might propose, Kailani, you are I was going to say a welcome guest, but the place has been kind of destroyed lately. I think for both sides, at least, Kailani, I would like to thank you for airing your grievances. Failing anything else, can we at least look at each other and when we get back to this issue when Missoula is present, can we at least for the time being, Kobolds, Bat and Rand's team, and Murrow alike, can we just give a agreeing nod that this is a multifaceted issue, that there is no necessarily one true side so far? We need to, that this is an issue that is not us against them. Can we agree to that?
Mm-hmm.
Kailani gets up from the table. Hardly my place to say now, is it?
Okay. Well, moving on. Thank you, Kailani. Okay.
And he just
Thank you for your time.
walks straight out the front door, not even looking at anybody.
Right. Well,
All right. Who's
No,
next?
so much for him.
the next person is Ravanala.
Oh boy. Hi, Ravanala. Real quick, I'll be the first one to do this. I apologize for the frequent statements of I could kill you if I wanted to. That one's on me. I will happily agree that was a fucked up thing that I did. I think it can be corroborated by several people here that I am all bark and no bite half the time.
I think the point that should be addressed here is why did you send her to the astral plane? Or sea?
It looks at Corellian. Do you want to talk or shall I? Because it was my idea.
I mean, it was your idea.
Yeah, okay, I'll own up to this one. I will speak plainly, and I'll speak concisely. I was new to the group. I was a recent addition to the Bat and Rand's lot. I did not understand the wider political implications. I was little more than, well, a hired mercenary who hadn't really ever been hired. I was just kind of with the group. Now, I was bearing witness to this conflict, participating, and in the confrontation between the forces of Prince Zordan and Ravanala and ourselves, I was informed that these two groups should not be fighting and that they were going to kill each other, and there was not going to be an armistice reached that we could help with. We didn't want either loss of life transpiring. I made the decision to instead banish Ravanala to the Astral Sea with the intention of rescuing her later so that Zordan would not kill her and that she would not kill Zordan. It was not a great idea, but it was a desperate plot to prevent either of these powerful leaders from killing the other. You know, all that about saving more lives in the end, you know, Ravanala. Anyway.
Thank you for admitting to your desperation. There is a little bit of context you are leaving out, if I may.
Please, I may have forgotten.
So, in every encounter you were in during the battle at Ashen Allura before this, you were firmly on the side of the elves. You were... Well, frankly, you were killing all of the Oread that were attacking at any given point and assisting the rest of the Shi Sin Thay with defending our city. However, when it came to Prince Zordan, and only Prince Zordan, who... Prince Zordan looks about to speak, Ravanala holds up a hand. I can speak for you. You were very loud, and it was very hard to not hear you. Who was very clearly angry and set on bloodshed, either from you or from me. However, I can only assume, due to your group's personal connection with Prince Zordan, he alone out of all the Oread you wanted to spare when the rest were just disposable, if I may make that assumption. Would it not have made more sense to put Prince Zordan in the bag instead, if you truly wished for a non-lethal option?
I will speak honestly. The plan was to bag whoever we had the opportunity to bag, and it just so happened to be you at the time. Now that sounds bad out of context, so...
It really does, yes.
Even with context.
Fire banister is now...
Yeah, Rex is just like, the fuck did you just say?
So
it's worth
but
mentioning
Scam-
the entire banister is now frozen solid.
Yeah, Scam actually does turn back to look at Corellian with a look on his face. It's like, all right, I have to drop the truth about the Oread situation. Then my eyes drift to Malifane like, buddy, we have to address that.
Oh!
We have to address what happened there. Like, Scam is just giving Malphane the look of, like, I'm sorry, but we kind of have to address this. And then I give that same look to Corellian.
Krellin's gonna look to Malphane as in, like, hey, you haven't talked, and also I'm pretty sure they know of your relationship with Quintessa. If you come clean about this, they're more likely to believe you, type thing.
Yeah, basically Scam's giving that look of, like, hey, she's bringing up the whole, like, we were killing the Oriad thing. Scam does start by saying, to the thing before he gives Malphane that look, though, he does say, like, I will admit that the first battles against the Oriad were conducted merely before we knew the full implications of the fight. We saw a hostile force assaulting the elves. We aided the elves immediately. Our group did then decide that we should not be killing the Oriad. However, and that's when I give Malphane the look, which is essentially being like, dude, Quintessa was actively killing the Oriad when we told her not to. Like, she was the one killing the Oriad in that fight after we decided that we should not be doing that. That's the look I'm giving you of, like, we gotta talk about this.
I don't actively remember the motivation behind that, so...
She
prejudice.
doesn't like the Oriad. Yeah, it's prejudice.
Racism.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, racism. It was just racism.
The issue was racism.
Zordan just been looking more and more mad as all this talk has been going on.
Yeah, so... Malphane, if you're not going to say anything, I'm just letting you know that Scam is going to.
To be quite frank, my wife had a bit of a lot of disposition with the Oriad that definitely came into play with this.
Okay, yeah, I just need to make sure that everyone in the room is understanding that we're not...
Do you mind if I...
Yeah, please, go.
Yes, go on.
Yes, we made the decision to try and minimize loss of life. We did indeed take some Oriad as captive for questioning. I questioned them. We made it very clear that they were not to be killed, and unfortunately, more than unfortunately, tragically, going against our decision as a group as we released the Oriad, Quintessa made a killing blow. This was not the decision of us as a group. It was an individual decision that occurred as fast as an arrow could be loosed, which is incredibly quickly.
Our intentions were to let the Oriad not deal with the combat non-lethally, and unfortunately one of our members, Quintessa, due to biases against the Oriad that we do not condone or endorse, decided to kill them. Several of them.
Personal prejudice. All right.
Personal.
Where is
Yes,
Quintessa? Prince Zordan speaks up.
I think we need to fetch Quintessa.
Everyone's eyes slide to Malphane.
Everyone looks at Malphane.
Hand is stuck to banister now.
It's frozen to the fucking banister. Oh no! Oh no!
This... Right. I'll just...
If what you are saying is true, my honor was disgraced, but only the blame lies on her. I was denied the chance to take it before, and I will gladly take it now and consider my... I believe the human term is beef with you to be square.
Thank you.
Oh.
Here, please.
Yeah, I scorching ray the banister just to melt the ice. Oh wait, I see. So wait, Prince Zordan, are you suggesting that by killing Quintessa, your beef with us will be square?
With you as a group, yes.
Question, hold on. Is killing her and then reviving her and then scolding her a valid option?
You are being very pedantic right now, and I
have
very little patience for it.
He's just like this.
I'm just like this all the time. It's not pedantic.
Yeah.
It's just me. Okay. Sure.
Sure.
I look at Ravanala. What's your take on what? No, I didn't say sure to that agreement. I'm just looking at Ravanala. I'm saying, what is your take on this situation? Please opinionate.
Doubtless, if the prince's honor is in question, it is from two different sources. First, there is me and the party I represent, and then there is you. If your intention is to get square with him, then I deeply pity Quintessa right now.
I more so, well, yes, we all do, but I more so meant, we've explained the situation of what transpired, and even if it was desperate or ill thought of, which I think we can say it was, by your own words earlier spoken, what Quintessa did not represent the intentions of our group as a whole. By sending you to the astral, we were trying to prevent the loss of life of others and yourselves on that day. Is that much at least understandable to your perspective?
Well, personally, it was a very dark time. I can understand the motivation behind it.
And once again, I apologize for the constant threatening to kill you. I was in a really dark place at the time. I show off my prosthetic arm to the court. I was previously marked by Dragatha. That sparked some pretty deep anger issues in me. I've since removed the mark, and I've started making healthier choices. I'm seeing a therapist. No, I'm kidding. No, it's just, in all seriousness, I do say, like, I those things were said during a particularly dark period for me personally. So my apologies, Ravanala. That was not. I tend to speak without thinking, and that was wrong of me. Okay, cool. So moving on.
Yeah.
No,
I saw Corellian
no.
raising a hand.
Go on, Corellian.
Yeah.
There was a second grievance that Ravanala brought up. That would have been Lord Ebernon's estate being scouted
Yeah.
at the grave of his daughter, Esper Ebernon.
Yeah.
Crone sort of tilts their head at Ravanala.
King Zakti speaks up.
Corellian's an elf fucker.
Okay,
Esper
thank
was
you.
my wife. And she died because of me, and any scouting that was done was because I'm trying to fix that. And Lord Ebernon, for obvious reasons, never had the greatest opinion of me. So I indeed asked for I asked for members of the party to take a look. We never made a move on that due to extenuating circumstances, extenuating being the war, but that was the entire intention and reason behind that specific scouting.
Rax will take very careful note of what you're saying and then just slowly nod. A personal endeavor. Understood.
Yes.
All right.
Ravanala slowly nods. I understand what you were saying. And I believe in the possibility that it was, in fact, for that purpose. You do understand, however, how badly it comes across.
Oh, it looks so bad. It looks so bad.
True. But Corellian has had the chance to explain himself.
There is that.
You are correct.
Had we this explanation earlier, perhaps we could have avoided all of this.
Well, it's not like Krellin's going to be a little salty here. It's not like Lord Ebernon volunteered that information, of course. Of course he wouldn't. Why would he?
Why would he?
Why would he? Sighs Ravanala.
Mm.
Lord Ebernon's a bitch.
Mutters King Zakti.
Krellin, chokes on his wine.
Scam will straight up walk over and be like, up top, and just hold up
King Zakti high-fives you.
Oh fuck yeah! I just got high-fived by Roll idea. You bitches are over. Anyway, back to the court trial at hand.
Alright.
Ravanala, is it all right if we put a pin in this for the time being, since some things are aired out? We can reflect on this and circle back to this later.
That is fine with me, yes.
Thank you. Thank you for your listening. Thank you for speaking honestly. I think we should take I speak for the whole court here, I believe. Especially gestures at Malifane, gestures to the whole room, and like in light of things that were discussed, I believe we should take a brief recess to breathe, get some fresh air. It's gonna smell a bit like smoke. My apologies for that.
I'll get some more wine.
Yeah, we'll get more wine.
Mm.
We'll reconvene, let's say, in 30 minutes, an hour, enough for a short rest. And we can continue the discussions from here. Is that amiable to everybody present? Say aye. Show of hands.
Aye.
There's a lot of grumbling and discussion among the parties there. They slowly raise hands. Roderick nods, raises a hand, says, yes, bringing in people with some more insight as to how all of this went down is sure to be helpful.
All right.
Yes, of course.
All right. Very well. We shall reconvene in an hour then.
All right. All right. So we're organizing a buffet over by. Okay, just bullshit coming out of Scam's mouth.
Ravanala clears her throat. The human visiting party and ours have made an agreement. Supply lines of food have been set up and delivered in tables, and she just starts listing locations.
That's
Ravanala,
Thank
quick
you.
question. Where are the Plague Lords?
We tried to locate them in the fracas. They appear to have abandoned us at the first sign of danger.
I see. And this is after like the court's dispersing. I'm literally asking her this like off the record and like clandestinely. Ravanala, did your army not see my skywriting?
We saw the skywriting and we took it as evidence that you were spying on us, considering there would be no other way for you to know that we had Plague Lords among us.
understand.
Okay, you know what? That's fair. So we were spying on you, mostly because we didn't hear from you. So we were trying to see what was up. That's fair. That's finger on nose.
We were busy investigating the incident. Based on all our divination spells, the arrows that were fired into your group were not shot from any angle that our troops could have gotten to.
Yeah, we were also
Speaking
doing
of the incident, we can talk about that more later because we actually spoke with the
corpses.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So we will reconvene. When we come back, we shall address Prince Ordan. Agreed?
I think I need more liquor.
I'm getting more wine.
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, Scam does like look at right as we break this. Scam does actually look at Ravanala and just legitimately eye her, obviously from a shorter height, and will in a surprising show of like actual genuine being a sympathetic fucking person, offers to just holds out his hand to Ravanala just as a sign of like, look, there's a lot going on. Can we agree that we're not at each other's throats right now and that there's a lot happening?
Ravanala takes your hand, shakes it, to finding some answers.
Yes, thank God. Okay, cool. I feel a lot better. Let's drink. Corellian! Okay.
All right. And on that note, we are going to call the session. Thank you all for joining us. We're going to go on a break for technical reasons. Because we are no longer doing any war sequences, we can safely move over to Foundry, because that runs way more stably than Roll20 does.
Thank God.
All right.
But in the meantime, Tuesday is off. Thursday is Cursed Throne. Please watch Cursed Throne. Friday is Masks of Nyarlathotep. And Sunday is Discord Murder Party Episode 2. We hope to see you for some more streams at Internet Remix. And in the meantime, thank you for watching and stay tuned for more Fallen Empires. Bye-bye!
Bye!
Bye!